Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I need to check. I need to swap this foam. I need to change this foam. Yuck yuck yuck. What's going on, people? 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 My friends, my family. What's happening, my people? Let me just lower the sound a bit. What's going on, people? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the #1 comedy commentary live stream content, whatever in the world. Welcome back to the #1 comedy commentary show in the world. It is a random show. I'm so happy to have you here with me once again. I do not take your viewership for granted. Thank you so much for being here with me once again. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be back. I've been out on my ass for a while. I apologize. As I said previously at the beginning of the Agostinho Zinga show, if you haven't been tuned into that, make sure you do. But I did mention that I've had a little bit of a issue. I've had a little bit of an issue. I've had a little bit of an issue because I've got a root canal that needs to be fixed. And it developed into a bit of an infection, I think, in my gums, which then led to me being put on my ass for a few days. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow to hopefully get it fixed, first with some antibiotics, and then from then on probably get my root canal finished, because like an idiot I didn't get my root canal thing finished. I had to do it in parts. It wasn't really my fault. The first time when I got it done, actually, to be fair to me, when I went the first time, the guy didn't have time to finish the whole thing. So he said, just come back another day. And he penciled me, but I never came back, you know, because he sealed it. He kind of sealed it with like a temporary thing. And I was like, okay, it's fine. It's just a temporary thing. I won't go back like a fucking idiot. And then I paid the price. And then I developed some sort of infection, I guess, in my lower gum. And then it kind of affected my mood. It made me feel like I had a fever. I was in bed for the last couple of days. I was able to move. Then I had a really aggressive hay fever allergy attack as well. That didn't really help me out. So I had to go and get a new asthma pump. I had to go and get some new tablets and shit. So I've been all over the place. But I'm back, ready to rock, ready to content, ready to talk, ready to yap. So thank you for not leaving me. Thank you for not leaving me. Thank you for not leaving me. Now I wish, brother, man, big up Koila. Thought you were gonna say hay fever. Yeah, exactly, for the snow. I wish I was on the slopes. I wish I was fucking shoveling copious amounts of colored powders up my nose. I really do wish I was, but unfortunately I've had a pretty rough couple of days with this with these physical disease ailment. I don't know what's going on in my body, just some random shit. I usually don't get ill or sick like this, but honestly that gum thing fucked me up so bad, bro. It fucked me up so bad. I was literally in bed shaking, like shivering. I'd wake up, I'd sleep, I'd wake up, I'd sleep. I couldn't get warm. The side of my mouth was throbbing, the inside of it, like, oh, even if I like rub my tongue across my tooth, it would make my whole body shiver. And then on top of that I had allergies. On top of that I had allergies where I felt like I had like mucus. I had like literal bogey, and I knew I had a bad kind of like because I think it comes from that surgery I got like time ago. I remember I told you before, right? A few years, maybe more than a few years, maybe like 10 years ago, I got this nasal polyp surgery because I used to have like these really bad polyps in my nasal glands, and I went to go get a surgery where they kind of laser out all the polyps, these little blobs, right? These little glands. But I did read that sometimes when you get nasal polyp surgery, it can sometimes grow back, or it can sometimes just affect you in general. So I guess I already got allergies anyway, right? I already got hay fever, and obviously the nasal polyps issue. So when I have a hay fever, I can tell when it's a bad hay fever kind of infection sort of thing, because I know this is TMI. I'm not going to describe it to too many detail, but I can tell from the color of the mucus and the smell. Especially when I sneeze, I can smell that I've got like an allergy. You know, when I sneeze, I can actually smell like whatever's coming out of my mouth. It's not nice. So yeah, now I'm feeling better. I'm feeling on the mend, I think. Hopefully tomorrow in the morning I'm gonna get my antibiotic. Hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow. But it's annoying because I do remember, actually. I do have flashbacks when I used to go out a lot, right? When I used to go out a lot, I do have, because I was wondering, you know what? This explains why I used to do so much MDMA. This is so fucking weird, right? To even admit, because it makes you look like a fucking psycho. But I'm gonna share this with you guys because I don't lie on this. But when it comes to content, I don't lie. When I'm speaking on content, I never lie. There's no need to. Why fucking lie? So I'm gonna tell you the truth. Thinking back now, because remember I used to say, oh my god, I used to go through an 8 ball of fucking MDMA every weekend when I used to do parties and shit, right? This was a while ago. It wasn't recent. It's like a few years ago. I used to always kind of be on the MDMA. The reason why I did that, now thinking back, because back then it's not like I didn't have money. It's not like I didn't have access to all the stuff. And if I remember correctly, I'm told you guys that I was friends, like I was quite cool, quite close with the dealer I used to buy stuff off. I used to buy it from this dealer in like Bermondsey, South London. I'd get like a train down literally before I'd go out in the evening. I'd go down there like at 7, 8 p.m, go up to his flat, and he'd literally pull out his stuff and he'd give me it, and he'd just like break it off like right there and then. We'll do some before, and then I'd kind of leave him. So he had everything, and I only used to buy MDMA. You know why I used to buy MDMA only? Because you don't need to sniff MDMA. You can take MDMA orally, no pause. You can just crush it, dab lick your finger, dab it in there, rub against your gums. Or if you want to, you can sprinkle it in like, juice, whatever, water, whatever you're fucking drinking, and have it that way. But I remember back in the day, because my hay fever and my allergies were so bad that my nose was always blocked. I was always walking around with tissue. I'd always have tissue, man. And I never did anything. I never did care, never did coke, never did anything. All I did was MDMA. Because my nose was full with polyps anyway, and I couldn't sniff, I couldn't inhale. Like I remember for the longest time in my life, I've always had like, I think even till now, always one nose is like a lot more blocked than the other one. Just because, not even because of drugs, just because it's always been that way. But imagine how much of a fucking psycho, how much of a crackhead I was, that instead of just like laying off everything, because I couldn't sniff anything, I was like, okay, cool. If I can't sniff anything, I'm gonna crush it and rub it against my gums. That is some crackhead shit in it. Now, honestly, I feel, hold on, why was I doing so much MDMA back then? Obviously, it was cheaper, but still, I was doing it because the only thing I could do. So anyway, long story less long. That's why I probably did so many pills back then. That's why I did so much MDMA back then. It's all making sense. That's why I probably drunk so much back then too, because it's the only thing I can really do. I couldn't do all the other party drugs properly because my nose was too blocked. And then when I got my nasal polyps surgery, I had like a period of like 6 months healing where I couldn't, obviously, because the inside of my nose was fucking raw and super like sensitive. But then when I did get on it, on the fucking stuff that you can fucking inhale through your nostrils, I couldn't do it anyway because I've got a sensitive nose. So it was really funny because there'll be sometimes I'd go out back in those days and I'd always be blowing my nose and people would always be thinking, oh yeah, have you got some? Can I have a bump? Like, I remember people asking me that all the time. People used to ask me that, like, hey, can I have a bump? Because he'd be blowing. It's like, no, I'm not blowing my nose because I just had a fucking line. I'm blowing my nose because I've got fucking nasal polyps. My fucking nose is full of fucking mucus and shit. It's not because of, a line. It's because I'm fucking, I'm compromised. Oh, but hey, here we are. Yeah, big up. Oh look, they've changed the names, isn't it? Okay, whoever. Okay, they've changed all the names. It's all like your at names now. Okay, big up Dabs McGee. I've been avoiding my wisdom tooth removal. Don't avoid it, brother. Get it done. Honestly, I'm the good example of it. I've been avoiding all this shit forever, and look at the price I'm paying now. I've been in bed for the last few days, shivering like a fucking idiot. Yeah, it's been hard, man. It's been fucking hard. So I'd advise you don't put it off. Big up, Wild Fan. Thank you for joining, man. Big up, Wild Fan. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. If you ever become a member, big up, Wild Fan. We're still getting the members. You never know. I could get it by the end of the year. I could possibly get it by the end of the year. The 500 members. I might be able to get it by the end of the year. It's a bit of a stretch goal, but it might be possible by the end of the year. It could be possible end of the year. If that happens. Oh my god, if that happens, I'll be fucking phenomenal. Actually, you know what? If I get a 500 members, the first thing I'm going to do when I get 500 members, the first thing I'm going to do when I get 500 members, the first thing I'm going to do is get a studio. That's the first thing. I'm gonna get a studio. I'm gonna get the fucking studio. I'll just get just so I have somewhere to do this all the time, like clockwork. It'll be like a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, bang, bang, bang. That's the first thing I'll do if I get 500 members. The first thing I'm gonna do. 100%, especially now that this M4 MacBook Air is like, you know, it's working and shit. This basic equipment can hold me down for the first, because I could get a new camera, because I probably will switch to a MacBook Pro in the end. I want to switch to a MacBook Pro, so I don't use this Air because this Air is great, but I'll probably switch. But I think the first substantial thing I'll do is get a studio, just so I can do content all the time in a set place and not do it at my house. That'll be first, I think. And then also I could do more like shows with other people and get fucking NJ on again. Have a few other people. I want to get Kat Baker on as well, but that'd be good if I could have my own studio so we can actually sit down in person and do it. It'd be fucking sick. It'd be fucking sick. So yeah, big up everybody joining. Appreciate you, Wild Fan. Thank you, Wild Fan. Big up everybody else. Become a member. Join. Click the link in the description. Big up Sting. Big up Stint 3000. Big up big up Andy Ward. Normal 2000s weekend vibes, bro. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know it.
You have a gun?
Big up Mentor. Big up Mentor. Appreciate you. Big up Mentor. I'm doing that Korean. That's that Korean heart sign, right? Big up Mentor. Appreciate you. Big up Mentor. Big up Rantor. Big up Mentor. Big up Mentor. Big up Mentor. Big up Dabs. Big up Dabs. Big up Wild Fan. Big up RR Skins. Big up Mr. Steal Your Girl, I see you there. Big up Jack Donny Jr., I see you there. Increasing the resistance in doing your stream seems non-optimal. Increasing the resistance in doing your stream. Big up Jack Donny Jr. What do you mean by that, brother? Do you think I'm putting up unnecessary hurdles for myself? I don't think so. I think if I get a studio, that's going to make it streamlined. Because now, because my flat is small, I have to set this up all the time. Yeah. If I just have a studio set up, I can just go in and get it done. But my flat is small, so I have to kind of always set this up every time. I've set this up a million times basically. So I have to set up, set down, set up, set down. But if I have a set place, I can just do it all the time. You get me? So I don't think it's going to increase the resistance. I think it's going to allow me to do more streams. I would hope. That's the hope. Be up, Coiler. Let's do a boy, girl, boy. Oh, actually, you know what? And also, once the fucking 500 members comes in, you know what I mean? I can send fucking Coiler and fucking my girl Uche some shekels, because they've been holding me down since the fucking beginning. Big up Coiler and fucking Uche. They've been holding me down since the fucking beginning. Best mods in the fucking world. So I get 500 members. The fucking studio gets set up immediately. Do you know what I mean? And we send fucking Coiler some shekels, you get me? Send him some nice little shekels, you get me? Some nice little, just to make sure, you know, man's covered with all the things that needs to be done, you get me? Just some nice shekels. I think that's the way to go about doing it. They've been holding me down for long. Big up Automech, appreciate it.
Getting drunk and watching the random show. Happy Friday, y'all, and please hit the like button.
Yeah. Now probably, you know what? I don't know how it works with mods and all that stuff. I don't know how it works with fucking pay structures, but I think once I get 500 members, I think we'll just lock in a dub. Is that a dub? We'll just lock in a dub straight away. We'll lock in a dub. The more the members go up, do you know what I mean? Incremental. We go from there, bro. Big up Coiler. We'll go from there. We'll just lock in a dub. As soon as 500 members comes in, dub. Monthly dub. Boom, 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 boom. It'll be nice as well, man. Be able to be like, you know what I mean? I could be like sending people money. That'd be pretty sick. Do you know what I mean? Coiler have to call me boss. Coiler, you have to call me boss. You got to call me boss. You have to send me holiday request. It's gonna be so good. Honestly, it's gonna be so good. Big up Automech. Getting drunk, watching random show. Happy Friday, y'all. Please hit the like button. Exactly. Big up Automech. Appreciate you, Automech. Thank you, Automech. Thank you, Automech. Big up Automech. Depending on how I feel tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do with the studio too. I want to do that. Exactly. Exactly. Dabs. Yeah, I want to do another one MJ as well. And also do the calling stuff too. I want to do all that. So I want to have like a space to do all that stuff and shout and go crazy. I want to do the calling show too. So we'll do all that as well. 500 members, honestly. 500 members. I get that done. I'm gonna get a fucking whatever studio I can afford for like 500 members money, and then boom, we're done. Honestly, I'm locking it in. I swear on my life. That's the first thing I'm doing. What was I saying? Oh, and tomorrow too. There's a UFC in it. Oh shit, UFC's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, is it in the UK? Tom Aspinall. That's in the UK, right? I'm pretty sure that's in the UK. It has to be, right? Topology. It's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, okay, cool. Hopefully my tooth is okay by tomorrow. Fingers pray to God if I get my antibiotics tomorrow and I'm good, we're doing it. We're doing it tomorrow. If I get my it's in the UAE. Okay, streams are like 4 p.m. your time. Okay, that's perfect then. I think that's gonna work. If that's true, I think that's gonna work. I think that'll be fine. Okay, cool. We'll set that up then. We'll set that up. Yes, Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gunn. Cool. Let's do that. Yes, exactly. You
have a gun?
Big up, Mr. Studio Girl. Big up, Mr. Studio Girl. Appreciate you. Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you. Big up, Mr. Studio Girl. There you go. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's how you do it, right? In the K-pop way. I'm sure that's how you do it. Big up, Mr. Studio Girl. Appreciate you. Studio Fun. We're there. Every super chat counts. I'm gonna be like Dr. Umar Johnson, innit? I'm gonna be like, imagine if I do a Dr. Umar Johnson on you guys. I talk about the studio. I get to 500 members, and then I start talking and start making excuses. We're laying the groundwork. I've just signed the lease. The paper hasn't come through. I just keep stalling. I'll pull a Dr. Umar Johnson on you guys. That'll be fucking hilarious. Ag, where's the studio? Oh, I love Dr. Umar Johnson. What a scam artist, man. I love people that am I weird in that respect? I love people that scam because I can't scam. Like, I don't have the ability to like be a scammer. So I love people that have like no scruples. They have no shame, and they can just look you dead in your face and lie, you know? Lie just to get some money out of your pocket. Anyway, let's jump on. Let's rock on. So let's do the first thing. First things first. Random clip to check out. Let's go with Abba and Preach. So new video from Abba and Preach just dropped. It's regarding a topic I wanted to talk about myself here, but you know, I might as well just piggyback off what they're doing. Do you guys remember the thing that went viral the other day of that DoorDash girl that went on a bit of a rant talking about how DoorDash had suspended her Dashing account because when she went to deliver someone's food, the guy left the door open and he was laid down on the couch with his trousers down, exposing his wee-wee. And she claimed sexual harassment, but then DoorDash ended up sacking her or firing her from DoorDash because they said that she entered that guy's house without permission or something like that. But she's saying that the guy left the door open on purpose and was lying down in that way in an effort to kind of like flash her or be like indecent. So it was like a bit of a thing. And people online were debating whether or not she was in the wrong for going in the first place. Why did she just leave it and walk away? It's a whole big kerfuffle. And some people are saying what didn't even happen. I don't know. It's a whole big kerfuffle. So I want to see what the latest update is regarding it. And Abba and Preach spoke about it on their particular YouTube channel. So this video is called DoorDash Girl Scandal, Victim or Aggressor. Let's see what they have to say. Is everything set up? Yeah, everything's set up. Let's go.
So the text reads, a man named Austin orders DoorDash, selects the option to have it left at his door as a female after he's seen the female name according to her. So when she gets there, essentially the guy's kind of got his crotch out and she leaves that in the caption.
Hey guys.
Hold on. Is that true? We don't have DoorDash in the UK. We mostly have Uber Eats and Deliveroo, but they work the same way. Most of these apps, or both of the apps, you have to set your delivery preference before you pay. Once you've paid and it's locked in, you can't change it. I'm pretty sure you can't change it. Whatever your delivery preference is, meet at the door, bring to my door, whether you put the pin somewhere else to pick it up, but you can't usually change your delivery preferences. So you can't say, oh, because it's a girl, you like, yeah, and also your delivery preference comes before you know who your delivery person is. So you order your food on the app, on DoorDash, sorry, on Uber Eats and fucking Deliveroo in the UK at least anyway. Then once you get to the end, you select how you want to get it delivered, then you pay, then the next screen will show you who's delivering it. But you can't change it anyway by then. You know what I mean? So I don't know, I don't get that detail. I don't know if that's true.
So DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my... Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why.
She looks not to be offensive, but she does look a little bit cuckoo, you know? She does look a little bit cuckoo. Not to be offensive to the lady. She does look a little bit cuckoo. Not that it matters, but yeah, keep that in mind.
They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills. 3 days ago, October 12th, 2025.
Jesus, look at the change in demeanor. Wow. Look at the complete contrast and change in demeanor. Even her face. Fucking hell, that's scary, bro.
I was a victim.
you don't like the jump cut?
That was crazy.
You don't like the jump cut?
Yeah.
So what happened was,
Here's the thing. So when this happened, a lot of people had opinions.
Ah, sick. They've got a green screen now. I quite like that. I might have to do that. When I get my studio, I might have to do that as well. That's fucking sick. They've got a green screen showing the old room, the old setup. I quite like that. That's pretty cool. They've done it well as well, to be fair. They've really kept it very slow and steady. They haven't really gone crazy. Obviously, I think the editing's pretty good. The audio's always great. Video's always great. But they didn't really go crazy with investing in the big studio and shit. They just kept doing it. I don't know whose house it is, but in that house with the creaky floorboards until it got to a point where they don't want to do it there anymore, you know? Slowly but surely. I quite like that approach.
About it, but DoorDash did respond. We've seen tough, sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should have the experience of assault, harassment, or any kind of abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it, full stop. Period. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe. That's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support their efforts. I was just looking for an excuse to use.
I ain't mad at you.
However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal public details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. That's the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers, while we were investigating. We're also ensured that the Dasher has full access to their earnings.
Okay, that makes it different. That I think is fair. That I think is fair. To be fair, it was weird anyway when I saw the post. Like, hold on, why are you posting this first? Like, I get crashing out and posting that video of the guy because I think there's an uncensored video on Twitter. If you want to find it, you can find it. But there is an uncensored video where the girl records herself putting the food on the at the front of the door. The guy's door is completely open. He's lying on the couch, and he looks like he's pretending to sleep. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie. He looks like he's pretending to sleep. He doesn't look like he's really sleeping. He looks like he's pretending to sleep, and he's clearly got his trousers pulled down with his dick hanging out. So I think that video should have been posted if Uber didn't give you or DoorDash didn't give you a favorable decision or something, right? They didn't really investigate properly. But posting that guy's video or that clip in the first place while it's being investigated seems like a dumb move. Like, you shoot yourself in the foot. Like, they haven't said yes or no to anything. They haven't said they're not going to investigate it. They didn't say that you're making it up. They didn't say anything. They just you submitted your details. You made a report of what happened. They told you they're going to get back to you in due course while they investigate what happened. You should just waited for their decision instead of posting that guy's details straight away. That was a little bit excessive, a little bit extreme, a little bit. And imagine a scenario where if that guy actually was just sleeping. Yes, it's, not the greatest thing to do, but imagine a scenario where that was a somewhat innocent mistake, and then you're putting it out there that he's some fucking weirdo, he's some creepo dude. You know what I mean? It's really what's that word called? It's very irresponsible.
We know that these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know.
Although that sounds like victim blaming, it sounds a bit weird saying that, but it kind of, she could have dealt with this in a much better way anyway. Let's just say that.
If you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support. So,
But also, there's a video.
That's fair.
The video where she's pushing the door open has been cut.
okay.
So there's that as well. That's
So she
not
forced the
after.
door open.
No, the door was cracked. It was not locked. It was
So,
just, you know what I
okay.
mean? So, and then she pushed it open, and
Okay.
then she started filming. So I'm like, dude,
So
that is not.
Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure if you asked a million delivery people, especially women, they probably have similar encounters. I'm pretty sure there are guys out there who do this little cat and mouse game where they like leave the door a little bit ajar, and when they hear you coming down the hallway or they hear you maybe pulling up in front of the house, suddenly they start walking through the rooms naked or something, just on some creepo shit. So I'm sure some girls have been subjected to that sort of thing. But I think you owe it to yourself, if you caught that's happening, not to open the door, right? Just leave the fucking shit outside the door. Say, hey, it's delivery, just leave it right outside the door and keep it moving. Take a picture and then fucking run for the fields. Run to your fucking car. Don't open the door to kind of confirm your suspicions. Like, that's a fucking weirdo. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, that guy's obviously in the wrong, but don't put yourself in harm's way. Don't subject yourself to seeing something you don't need to see. So I think that's what she probably should have done. But yeah, opening a slightly ajar door is not cool. Especially if you know what you're gonna see on the other side. The guy obviously should have done what he done. He's a fucking creep. Fire up, chuck him into the nearest fucking volcano. But that girl was a bit dumb for opening the door.
Not what SA means, but go ahead.
No. So just so I'm clear, because I don't know much about this, you know a little bit more than me. She gets there. The doors, is it already open and the dude's exposed, or is it only slightly cracked open?
Kind of cracked open, and dude said leave the food at the door.
Yeah, on the app.
On the app, on the notification, the notes, and what you're supposed to,
Yeah.
instructions.
Got you.
Okay, and she opened the door. And then, boom, bop, dude was fully exposed. Maybe after a hard session of
See, so this
pickleballs, so he decided to, take a nap because sometimes you work hard for your money, and then she kind of didn't do what was instructed.
So it's on video that she opens the door.
She removed that video.
She was there before.
It was there before.
So my question in my head is, did she look through the crack and saw him naked?
That I don't know. You think she went, ooh.
Okay, there's a bunch of scenarios in
And
my
then
head.
she went, ah!
Because if it was just like slightly ajar and she could see, that means that she pulled out her camera, said, that's fucked up, record, open the door so you can clearly see how fucked up it is, and
Yes.
then posted it.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, the only person who did something wrong, actually, no, DoorDash is fine.
To be fair to her, to be fair to the girl, she probably got a feeling the guy was going to be a weirdo from the moment the order was put through. He probably said something in the comments. He probably said something in the messaging app. He probably did something that made her spidey senses tingle. She probably could feel something was going to go awry. So, so I don't entirely blame her in a way. I think she kind of had a sixth sense that this guy was going to be a problem, was going to be an issue. It proved to be the case. She just went about it the wrong way, and it's now fucked her over more than it's fucked over the guy. That guy's a creep, always going to be a creep. He's going to probably die a creep, but she's now fucked up because she ended up losing her job. You know what I mean? So
DoorDash is fine. It's
DoorDash is fine.
The person is inside their house doing some whatever they're doing inside their house. It's not criminal,
Yeah, because I can imagine a situation where someone orders food, they're drunk, they're at their place, they're falling asleep on their couch. I could see a bunch of situations where that happens. At the same time, I'm pretty sure it's very unpleasant for a DoorDasher to go to a place and some dude's exposed.
That's not. I don't want nobody to film inside my house. Name my name, because she said the guy's name. Film inside the guy's house and then fully exposed. I know it's not a pleasant sight for people to see. Parts that are not fully. You know what I mean? I don't know how to go from there. But it's not necessarily a pleasant sight. You're not in the best light. It's not something that I wish to see. I mean, I go to the gym all the time and I get to see that.
Yeah, but you have an expectation of seeing
Context. I know, context.
No,
but
no.
even in the context is right. I don't want to see that. But then the person is inside their house.
Yeah.
I could understand if that person was in his house, but looking out the window at people, broad daylight, lights on him, and proceeding to do the work.
I just saw this chat. Big up Andy Ward. Asleep but rock hard on Real B. Big up Wild Fan. You mean Brian Bapper, exactly. Big up Daniel Clements. Wagwan. Big up Andy Ward. Bro took a nap and woke up on some list. Yeah, absolutely terrible. To be fair, you have to be in control of your fucking... That's why I think it's really important in life. I think Tim Dillon said it best one time. To be in control of your drug taking, be in control of your drink in ingesting or your alcohol consumption. Be in control, man. Be in control. If you order McDonald's or whatever drunkenly, wait until the person gets there before you fall asleep or before you rub one out. Do you know what I mean? Like, be in control of yourself, bro. Like, fuck, have some composure.
Understand that could be considered as indecent exposure, right? But now dude is in his house. It is said as the instruction, leave this on the doorstep, and you proceed to open the door, film the dude,
Exactly.
and then call it essay. That's a bit crazy to me.
Okay. If I'm gonna play,
Devil's advocate.
sister's advocate.
Yeah. Queen.
I can imagine that if I'm the driver and I'm getting there and my instructions are to leave it at the door on the doorstep, the door's open and you're naked, that might be intentional. I could see how someone would think that. I think her only mistake and her big one was really filming it and then posting it online. I think that's her mistake.
100%.
He also...
She should have probably filmed it anyway for her own protection. I think she should have filmed it anyway from her own protection. But you should have released it if maybe you didn't get a favorable outcome from Uber or from whoever from DoorDash straight after the investigation had concluded. And he wanted to put some public pressure on them. Like, oh my God, look, they just fucking let me go. Even though I gave them a full account of what happened, I provided the details, I even sent them this video, and they still didn't, you know what I mean? That's maybe you could do it. But obviously, you would still not dox a person. Still make sure you fucking hide who they are, face blur, all that sort of shit. But I think that's the first mistake that she made. She should have never put that video out. She should have kept it to herself. And then, if the outcome wasn't to her liking, use that video as a thing to kind of, back fucking DoorDash into a corner to maybe compensate her, get her back on board or whatever it may be. But still, horrible situation all around.
made a big mistake. I don't care if you're drunk, you're still responsible for yourself. You can't just be naked, have your door open, and someone's going to see that,
100%.
especially if you tell them to get to your door. So both of them are wrong for me.
Yeah, I had not similar, but something like that when I was working in the 5-star hotel in Montreal. And what happened was there was someone ordered some coffees and pastries. So I went there, boom, delivered the coffee, delivered the pastries, put them there. Dude was looking at me really weird. He was alone in his room, whatever. And that's fine. You know what I mean? I went out.
I was looking at you.
Like that, but not that close.
Like this?
Man, get up, me, man! Yeah. For those-
No.
Like this?
Yeah, how was he holding you?
No, he was really holding me. You know what I mean?
How was he holding you?
Get off me, man! That shit was amazing. And some people are going to take a clip of that.
We need a pause button because
Oh, yeah.
this is a sickness.
Order. And that person called me later on, which is something very unusual. Usually the people check out. He called me to pick up the tray. And I went up there, I picked up the tray, and he was like, looking at me weird. He said, "Oh, here's your tip." And he points at his laptop.
Oh, I thought he was going to point at his tip. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Here's your
I thought
tip.
he was like, here's your tip. And I was like, this is just...
No, he pointed at
I'm
his
really-
laptop, and the money was on the laptop. But on the screen of the laptop, there was a XXX video of a black guy getting the business by a white guy.
What is with people that I get? That must be a thing in it. Like I bet working in a hotel, you must be subjected to a lot of weird sexual harassment propositions type of shit. What's with people that do that in hotels? Like I never understand that. I never can get my head around that. Surely, if you're a person that's into hotel fun or whatever that may be, hotel kinks, wouldn't you just want to buy Or sorry, wouldn't you just want to hire a lady of the night to do that with? It's a hotel anyway. Just go. You know what I mean? What's this like fantasy? What's this allure of like trying to get somebody who's working just on their shift to maybe see the money on the laptop, see the porn, and then be like, oh my god, I want to join. It's like, what? That's really unlikely to happen. Like very, very unlikely. No matter what you look like, really, I'd imagine it's very unlikely that you're going to be in a situation where the person that comes to your door to just double check and see if you're okay, or the person that delivers your room service is suddenly going to be on their knees giving you a sloppy toppy. This isn't some fucking porn scene. So if that's the case, why not just go and hire somebody that can do that for you in the hotel with discretion, and you know what I mean, with no resistance because you're paying them for it, you know? I don't really understand that other shit. It's such a weird thing to do. And the risk as well is crazy, because if the person says no, most likely the circumstances they said no in isn't going to be the most calm. They're probably going to be freaked out. They're going to run out of the room. They're going to be screaming. You know what I mean? It's like, such a, I get it's a high reward thing because maybe there's a turn on because there's a person that's working, but the risk involved, like you could get arrested right there. You know what I mean? You could be on a sexual offenders register list by the end of the day. Like, why would you do that? I never understand people that do that. It's such a bizarre thing. The only way it would make sense to me, thinking about it aloud now, is that maybe I'm reading it all wrong. Maybe in that world of people that go to hotels and shit, maybe it happens, maybe it's actually more often than not, they get lucky. That's why they do it, you know? You don't usually try and do things that aren't going to yield you good results. So maybe in that world, it is quite common that if you do propose somebody, hey, here's a tip, and the tip's your fucking dick, they might actually, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. I just think it's bizarre, personally. I think it's fucking bizarre. I think it's really off-putting. It must be terrible if you work in the hotel, especially if you're going to work a certain shift that covers maybe the late night hours. You know exactly what time it is, I mean, like, you probably hate it when single guys book rooms because you know they're going to be on some demon time shit, creep time shit. It must be horrible working in a hotel as a fucking somewhat attractive woman or guy even.
I got the message.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Was that essay? I don't even think so. It was a clear message. Not comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even she called it essay, and I'm like,
that's too much.
I don't think it's
She's
essay.
doing too much.
Like, and here's my issue. I think we can all say it's a bad thing that the guy did. It's bad, but calling it essay is a bit like dramatizing it, and it makes it hard to delineate. Someone exposing themselves, not essay, but it's fine to feel like you were violated, and that's okay.
Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more...
Oh, come on, girl. Come on, girl. Like, come on, girl. TikTok keeps silencing me. Are they silencing you, or are you just using some heavy language and saying no words? Just don't say the words and you'll be okay. Come on, girl. Not this, like, victim forever thing. Like, come on.
Strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open, their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter. And TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time.
Assaulter?
And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police and the police are doing nothing. So, hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me.
Did she just say allyship?
Alley shit.
Hey, listen, I've been down a lot of alleys. I ain't never seen no ships, but it's okay, man. Also, this is not an acceptance speech for an award. I don't know what the fuck. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me through this time. Seeing that penis traumatized me and getting all your messages. I don't know. It's a bit much, but we'll keep going. Sorry. I think now that she's explaining it more calmly, and like I can understand why she might have been hysterical at first. She felt violated, then she got fired by DoorDash. Like I could understand from her perspective all the things that she's feeling and she's going through, right? At the same time, just because someone, does something bad doesn't mean you can record them and post them online, which I know it sounds fucked up, but I want you to think about the idea that we're just posting nudity online. I understand the injustice you've been through. Should have blurred it, in my opinion. I think if you'd have done that, I don't think there's any way DoorDash fires you. I'm leaning towards her side more than him. I know a lot of people made the defense, he's in his house, whatever it is. Like, yeah, just because you're in your house doesn't mean you can just answer the door with your fucking dick out. And if your door's wide...
She was just too emotional. And I get it's probably probably a very frightening, scary situation, but she was just way too emotional. If she would have just collected herself and dealt with the situation as it was, first of all, not open the door. If she felt a bad vibes from the guy already, just leave the food out in front of the door, take a picture of it, report the fucking person on your app, say they're giving you bad vibes or whatever, and go from there. But if she did open the door and saw what she saw, she should have collected herself and gone through the steps that DoorDash do in terms of like escalating an issue. Then if she didn't get a favorable outcome, she could have used that video, still blurred it and censored it or whatever it may be, to maybe call out DoorDash, maybe in the hopes of getting her account reactivated or whatever else it may be. She just did too much in the beginning. There was too much in the beginning. Too much. She did so much in the beginning that she had people on the internet defending that guy. And he should have no defenders. The guy should have no defenders, but people were actually defending his right to have his dick out in his own house, as he awaits a delivery as he awaits a food delivery to come over, because she was being so hysterical. She should have collected herself. I get it's harder to do when you're in a situation, but tranquilo, woman, tranquilo.
Open and your dick's out, that's still on you. So I don't understand that defense that he's in his house. That being said, coconuts in Barbados.
I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did.
Yeah, the people working for a company usually know that you're losing your job before you. HR knows that you're losing your job before you. Like, I don't even know what that's. The number of times I've been fired, they knew. They waited until Friday afternoon, come in my office. I'm pretty sure that 6 people in the room know why I lost my job before me. Oh yeah.
Some people are saying
That's always kind of brutal, isn't it? That's always kind of brutal when they do that to you. I'm sure there's a reason why, because they don't want you to be in the office during the week and shit, but that's always fucking brutal, bro. When so you guys knew this whole time. And to be fair, it's really interesting, because I don't think there's a time where I've been let go from a job where I didn't know. I didn't expect it. You got a feeling. Because people, I don't know what it is about humans, they're just unable to not like act weird. They act a bit strange, You're asking for like follow-ups on certain questions, and like, oh no, don't worry about it, it's fine. They're just being a bit standoffish. You can tell something's awry. And I don't think I've ever been in a job where it was a shock sacking, I've been surprised working in jobs where they don't pay you on time and shit, but I don't think I've been in a job where there's been fucking redundancies and you've been shocked by it. Usually you can tell usually, especially if you're a perceptive person, you can definitely tell something's going on. Like the owner of the company is on the phone the whole time, or doesn't leave their office the whole day, is walking up and down. Maybe some people in management are not in the office, not turning up to work in general. You can usually tell something's going on. It's usually not out of the blue.
Brooke pushed the door open, it's on video. And yeah, my question is, did she get there? Was it wide open and then she closed it and then opened it again to do the video? Like, I wonder about that. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think my take is still the same. Do you have any other takes on it?
No, I don't have any other takes.
No? All right.
Anyways, then. I hope you find peace, my girl.
Yeah. Hope she finds peace. Hope she finds fucking peace. Moving on from there, what's the other thing I was going to do? Oh yeah, this clip. this is probably a little bit of a curveball, but I did see this on the Reddit, so I wanted to see what this is about. I don't know what this show is about. It's called Extra Dirty with a girl called Haley Batchelder. Don't know who Haley Batchelder is, but let's hear this. I think this is the one that I saw that was going somewhat viral. Let me see what she's talking about here.
Big drought over the summer, and then I'm like re-entered a hoe era
Right now,
but the last 2 guys I've fucked like in the past month have suggested using condoms, and I'm like kind of being offended by the condom epidemic. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm allergic.
yeah, I don't like them. I'm
No,
not.
who likes them? 1, it kills the mood, okay? So like they're looking for a condom. 2, I don't want to have your fucking weird offspring baby. Like I have a stronger IUD than like Zeus. Like pregnancy's not on the table. I don't want to have a child with you. Or like 3, are you calling me a whore and are you trying to like protect yourself from STDs I might have?
Do you ever ask them like, why are you doing this?
Yes.
What have they said?
This happened to me like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, look at you looking for a condom and like how it's ruining the mood. And also like, why do you need one?
What do you say?
He just like thought it was practicing responsible sex and boundaries with him, and I was like, blah 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 blah.
Do you tell him to grow up?
I got the ick. I haven't talked to him since. I had a big drought over the summer.
Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Usually it's the other way around, isn't it? Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's us guys trying to gently suggest that, you know.
Have a gun?
Big up Abe Martinez.
One time I got fired, saw it from a mile away. They were offering overtime. They never offer overtime. I asked to work it, they said no, themes fired 2 days later.
That is brutal. I have to respect the scumbaggery of it. I'm not gonna lie. I have to respect the scumbaggery of it. They offered overtime. I asked to work it. They said no. Then fired 2 days later. I love it. I love it. I love the scumbaggery of it. Honestly, I fucking love the scumbaggery of it. Big up Abe Martinez. Yeah. Fathers, be present in your daughters' lives, man. Fathers, be present in your daughters' lives, because this is kind of peak. Good luck to this lady. Good luck to her. Funny, we're living in an era where girls are shaming guys if they want to use condoms. Girls are getting offended and feeling like you think they're slags if you want to use a condom. It's like, what? You trying to say I'm easy or something? You think I have a disease? You think I'm not? It's like, isn't this for both? Shouldn't it be more? Isn't it more important for you? You have reproductive organs. When you want to, isn't that more? You know what I mean? Like, you have more fragile reproductive organs. Why wouldn't you want to be safe? Why are you trying to shame me? Like, for a guy, I get it, right? We are fucking Neanderthals. We are Neanderthals, and if we you know what I mean, we want to bust. But if you're a woman, surely you would want to be safe if possible. Not if possible. You'd want to be safe more often than not if you're a woman. You wouldn't be suggesting, hey, let's raw dog. You'd be like, I don't know you that well, especially the first time. Maybe later on, once you get familiar, and you guys are maybe like exclusively doing your thing. But surely, if it's like some one-off thing, like what? So she just fucking randoms on Tinder, like raw. She's just fucking randoms she finds on Raya raw, just like first time, bang. Don't worry, my IUD's got it locked. What she just fucking, I mean, clicks her IUD and places it around, but just keep like, girl, class up, bro, class up, girl. Girl needs to class up a little bit. Or not. Maybe she knows what she's doing. Big up Koila. I only use a condom when I eat. Big up Koila, that's brilliant. Big up Koila, that's fucking brilliant. I only use a condom when I eat. It's fucking brilliant. That's not chin. That's the words of Koila. That's not chin. Big up Don Dota. Exactly. One way ticket to HPV. Exactly, Don Dota. Exactly. And that can really fuck up women, man. So, or young girls in general. Plan B is over the counter, exactly. I will say this is weird to get a raw head, then look for a condom. Yeah, to be fair, that is true. In the flow of things, isn't it? That is true, to be fair, Automac. I never thought of it because it just happens. Don't say not it happens so often, but it's the norm, you know? I've never thought about it, but once you put it like that, it does make sense. It is quite odd, isn't it? You're falling around, and then before you get to final base, that's when you suddenly, let me get my jacket, you know? It's a bit weird, isn't it? But it seems to work for the most part, you know. Yes, it's a bit awkward. There's that weird moment where they're just like, you know, and you're having to put your thing on, but everyone kind of goes through it. I don't think that's a bad thing. So anyway, interesting girl. Check her out anyway. Extra Dirty Podcast, available where you find podcasts. I love that it's on the Unwell Network, by the way. That was a very unwell statement. What are some of the replies saying? Am I the only person that says what I said there? What's some of the replies saying from girls or from other people? This is beyond rage bait. Literally, what the fuck? Yeah, to be fair, I did. Good that she said this. Big up Taylor Lauren. I did get the vibe that they didn't really mean what they said. She had a smirk on her face. She had a little bit of a wry smirk on her face. I'm sure if she was being all the way serious. Another person says pregnancy is the least of your problems. This is incredibly disappointing, somebody says here. Disheartening to watch and terrible example for younger listeners. Sexual health is so important. Shaming someone for making wise and safe choices is embarrassing. The gifts again. This is pick me energy. No, this is not pick me. This is just whore energy. It's not pick me. This is just whore energy. This isn't even pick me. This is whore energy. I think the term pick me gets overused. This is just pure whore energy. But they do say anyway. I have heard people say that American whores are another level. I don't know who said it. Who did I see? I think I saw like a vlog of like a UK guy.
Do you have a gun?
Big up Pre-Ban for Loco.
Have you reacted to the new Callan special?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't done that yet. Maybe do it later. Good suggestion. I haven't actually done that yet. I haven't actually watched it, the whole thing. I haven't. Maybe if I have time, I'll react to it later, or maybe we do it tomorrow. But big up Pre-Ban for Loco. Very good suggestion. Very, very good suggestion. I forgot about that actually. I watched the clip. We watched that one clip together. Maybe we'll do the clip actually. We'll do the clip. Remind me at the end, we'll do the clip. We'll do the clip of where I think he's got a couple of clips on his YouTube channel, right? One talking about his daughter or something. We'll maybe react to that one. But big up Pre-Man for Loco. This is such a dangerous and gross conversation. This is exactly why he did it to exactly. This really isn't it. Does your IUD also protect you from HIV and AIDS? Alex needs to check the girls. This content is gross. Condoms are the number one must. HIV. Have you ever heard of STDs, babe? It's another one. That's the same. This is exactly why you did it. Alex needs to check her girls. I'm side-eyeing everyone who agrees with this conversation. HIV, ever heard of STDs? Condoms are number one. Girl, if I'm single, I'm 100% using a condom and I'm not worried about getting pregnant. What the fuck is wrong with these two? My kind of women. Yes. That's definitely a dude, isn't it? An itchy one is hilarious. This is gross. There are so many STDs and STIs out there, babe. Bust up. Get with the program. Yo, I remember when I had like a pretty crazy that's again the MDMA era where I had a really bad whore phase where I was getting like back-to-back STDs, bro. I was getting back-to-back STDs. I was getting back-to-back shit, bro. My fucking piss was burning. Piss was like fucking was fucking like Chernobyl water. It was fucking crazy, bro. That was when I was getting back-to-back shit. But I was also doing some pretty deplorable shit as well, you know? Some stuff that I'm happy I don't remember. Some stuff I'm literally legitimately happy I don't remember. But, you know what I mean? I haven't had one in decades? Years, decades. One or the other. So... Oh, yo, it's always funny when you get one. You have to go to the clinic though. There's a clinic I used to go to in central London. Like there's a clinic in central London I used to go to. It's like in Soho. It's known. I think it was started up primarily to aid like queer and gay people. I'm pretty sure. It's one of those kind of anonymous ones that you can go to. You don't need to sign anything. It's express service as well. You just walk in sort of thing. But it's always funny when you go to a clinic, because when you're in a clinic, when you're sitting down in the waiting area, I don't know about you guys, but when I used to go, when you look around, you're like, rah, we all fuck, innit? Like, and that's the first thing I think about. We're all fuckers in here, innit? We're all bona fide fuckers in here. We're like that subreddit. I just had sex, you know? Like, we that's what we are. Honestly, bro, I used to get that card, man. Like, you get the card, they write you in. You have to go through that whole embarrassing conversation. Who's your sexual partner? Do you have their contact? Because I don't know about you guys, but in our clinics, they have this system in our clinics where you can write down the person's name and they can send them an anonymous text message and say, hey, someone that last slept with you had come in for a check. They got treated for this, that. Please go to your nearest place. Do you guys have that system? There's like a thing you have to do. You don't have to do. You can do it if you want to. At the end, they offer a service where you can write down the person's name and number, and then they'll send an anonymous text message. It won't come from you, but obviously it'll come from you, saying, yeah, your last sexual health partner came up, get yourself checked up. I just remember something. Have you guys ever done the double back? Be honest, guys in the stream chat. Be honest. Have you guys ever had like a serious eater, a serious top level kind of person in your fucking roster, and even though you caught something, you told them that you caught it, but you told them to hurry up and get treated so you can go back again, so you can spin the block? Have you ever done that? Be honest.
You have a gun?
I had clap, Gina, in same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah. You know. I don't even want to get into listing because if I had to list, you guys won't look at me the same way. But yeah, I've done that thing, bro, where you text like, hey, I got something, but I want to spin the block, hurry up and get sorted so I can come back. Which is fucking crazy to say, but I've been there. I've fucking been there. There's so many STDs. The amount of you that is disappointed in her is kind of ridiculous. Do you watch her for a role model or something? Probably the last person you should be taking advice from. Mental illness, you're gonna catch something. The girl delete this. Probably not. Imagine bragging about this. Imagine bragging about being dirty. I believe in her. Out of the 200 plus total HPV strains, 40 can be caught sexually. I sincerely believe she can catch them all. Not a doubt in my mind. Go for it. Don't let any man stop you. The rest of the STDs are bonus points. As a woman who is married, this is disgusting. He was practicing safe sex. What does married have to do with anything anyway? What's that one weird line? As a woman who's married, he was practicing safe sex and is being shamed for it. Anyone has the right to want to use protection, to choose to, if they were casual with the amount of partners they have. I may sound old saying this, but I worry for women at that age group. To be fair, imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine this is a podcast where a guy was talking about how he shamed a girl into not using condoms. That would be a very different response, isn't it? A very different reception will be held for that. Imagine. Fucking hell. Gross, I wouldn't hit that. This is utterly embarrassing. Someone needs to make an example out of this woman. Oh, okay, chill out there, bro. I'm sorry, what? Hell nah. Gotta catch them all. It's hilarious. Proof. Not all people should have podcasts. Definitely true there. Definitely true there. Big up A Martinez. She and I had Molly sex all the time. Told her to get fixed so we can do it again. Yep, there we go. A Martinez knows what I'm talking about. A Martinez knows exactly what I'm talking about. Guys are gross. Battle scar, exactly. The married woman pick me virtual signaling, exactly. After that, I decided it's better to have a girlfriend even if she's not hot. Yeah, to be fair, like, every guy has to go through it. I know I did, but I think everyone gets to that point. You realize that it's not being a whore isn't what it's all cracked up to be. It's pretty. I find being out and about and on the pool and stuff just exhausting. Forget the sex and the stuff at the end. I just find the whole process of just getting to know someone and doing that whole dance, I find it all exhausting. You're better off just being by yourself and chilling, and if someone comes along your way, you cross paths with them, cool, or just being in a relationship. I think the actively going out on the pool is like a fool's errand, man. A fool's. Don't get me wrong, you have to go through it first. You have to try. Do the whole thing of like trying to get your numbers up and stuff, and trying to smash as many as you can in one night. You got to get out of your system. You have to at least try hooking up as many people as possible. You know what I mean? Cool. But once you've done that, you realize that it's a pretty exhausting, mentally, physically, everything experience. It's also not the most satisfying at the end of it. You don't really feel the greatest. You think you will, but you don't really. Yeah, you're better just being on your own. Be on your own, or get a fucking girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, it's not that deep, man. The streets are not always cracked up to be. The streets are not always cracked up to be, mate. The streets are not what it's all cracked up to be. Let's continue. Another clip here. Rappers under the influence. I don't know what this is about. I did see this randomly on my fucking suggestions. I thought I'd watch these guys with you. It's called Rappers Under the Influence. This should be fun, because I think it's depicting or talking about or rounding up rappers who a little bit on the sauce, a little bit on the, who like the chemical enhancements. Let's see what this is. The drogas. Let's see what this is about.
10 years ago, it was a stereotype that all the new rappers were crackheads, essentially.
We finna pour it. 8 in here.
And yeah, from 2015 to 2018, there was for sure an epidemic of these type of rappers. And I don't know if it's because that wave became really cool in 2015 and most rappers were just following the wave, or if the cartel added a new secret ingredient, but in 2025, boy, this ain't no time to be experimenting. 90% of the stuff on the street was fake in 2019.
That's a good point, though. Don't you guys feel like there's less openly drug addicted rappers nowadays? Do you think it's just social? Do you think they've just been shamed socially for it, or do you think people are doing it? Like, what do you think is going on? Do you think less kids are doing drugs now and drinking? I don't, because I feel like back in the day you'd see rappers like with lean and shit, popping pills, like literally popping perks and everything else on screen, on camera, taking whippets to the face. You don't really see it too often nowadays, you know? You don't really see that a lot, if anything. I wonder why.
I'm not tasting that. What is this?
In 2025, you letting a street pharmacist pull up on you and essentially hand you a science experiment. You gotta be crazy, bro. We got rappers like Rio the Young OG pulling up to his own show, doing the Fetty Wap lean. People paid to be here, bro. You just got out of prison. You were supposed to come out like Gucci, looking like you was in a Navy SEAL training. Instead, your ass came out like Ezel. Even some of the cartels came out and admitted they've been using cheaper ingredients to make a better profit. Y'all are being the test dummies. Why did nobody learn from Famous Dex? This is somebody that came out of nowhere and could have been on Playboy Cardi or Lil Uzi's level by now. He was even getting mistaken for Uzi back in the day, at least by TMZ.
Hello, Uzi. What's happening?
It's just so crazy. Nobody from that part of Chicago has ever made it into that lane without drill rap. Juice WRLD grew up in the suburbs, so I'm excluding him, but Famous Dex is from Inglewood, bro. True. Like around 69th and Bishop. And yes, addiction is a real problem. All the more reason for you to never do something like this, especially once you're famous. Because once you get put on the internet looking crazy, bro, it's always gonna be there. And I get it. I was 19 before, I had a wild time in college, but after a while, you start to realize that, hey,
I love that clip, man. That's a famous Playboy Carti clip, isn't it? Where he's talking about becoming the one and leaving his friends behind that don't necessarily have the same vision as him. It's a great clip, man. Such a great, weirdly inspiring, motivational clip. Big up Carti. That's Cash Carti era, isn't it? When he was hanging around Con Incon and all them guys. A famous, legendary clip.
As though I look really cool doing this, but watching the video yourself over faded is very eye-opening. I had people telling me, oh bro, you gotta try this, it opens up your mind. Or you gotta experience this, it's life-changing. Like, yeah bro, it sure will open your mind into considering more drugs. And yeah, hallucinating is a life-changing experience, just not in a good way. There's a guy named Q50, and he is what I can only describe as a pure drill rapper. Like, his entire personality is just Chicago drill. Not really a guy you'd expect to see outside the box, and yet he's been collaborating with some of the biggest live streamers in the world, when most of his clout essentially came from the fact that his cousin was like a serial killer or something. And with his new fame, he's only become more of a crackhead. And his homie
Jesus
from
Christ.
Gary, Indiana, Scrooly G, literally one of the biggest artists to ever come out of Gary, Indiana since Michael Jackson. I'm not playing. It's not like he has much competition because you don't really see a lot of musicians,
Wow.
period, come out of Gary and make it like worldwide.
Honestly, the amount of money you guys make in America, like, it's really crazy, but it makes sense in it because you guys have big states and you can tour around your state in different clubs and get paid cash in hand for different club appearances and whatever. But the money across the board Americans make is just crazy compared to everybody else in the world. I get maybe because maybe we have free healthcare, it kind of, you know, negates it, but I feel like you guys get paid. But then I guess the disparity as well is crazy. Like, people get paid and then the ones that don't get paid are really poor. Like, I bet you guys have your level of poor is different to our level of poor in America, isn't it? In the UK, you know, that's probably the only bad thing over there in America. Like, when you get money, you get money. When you're not getting money, you are not getting money. Like, I couldn't imagine, you know, being at the level where I have to go to a fucking store and buy groceries with coupons and shit. Like, fucking, we don't even have that, you know. Like, we have a welfare system that takes care of people at that level, so you don't have to, like, you know, have coupons and hand them over to a cashier. So I guess there's you know, there's extremes on both ends.
I mean, Freddie Gibbs is from Gary, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I barely know who that is. I'm sure somebody watching might be familiar with him, but I can't actually name a single song. Regardless, here we have a guy that might be the most well-known rapper from his entire state right now, and he falling into comas in the back of cars and shit.
Wow.
And hey, I go to the dispensary from time to time, but
Okay, cool. So I'll take it back. So these kids are out here doing drugs, isn't it? I guess I just haven't heard any high-profile deaths just yet. And like someone else mentioned, your drugs are cut with a lot of shit now, right? With fentanyl and all that stuff. So maybe that's put off a bunch of people. There is a bit of a health wave at the moment now in rap in general, right? There is a bit of a health push. People are like working out, running and shit. So that maybe is adding to it. But I don't know. I feel like there's less openly, especially the ones he's talking about are people that are, you know, you have to kind of be tapped into who they are. I feel like there's not a lot of like bigger artists now who are out there doing drugs in public, at least. You know, I wonder what's like, even The Weeknd. Someone like The Weeknd's a good example. I don't feel like he does anything, you know, and he used to be a proper, you know, Kana type of guy. I wonder what's happened.
that's as far as I go. I don't even like edibles, bro, because they put me in another dimension. But like real narcotics, nah, man. There's a rapper from Chicago. You probably don't know him because instead of continuing his rap career after he signed a deal, he became a thief in the night. I think they say he robbed a guy and made the guy send money directly to his account, like the one in his name. So of course he in the feds now. But before he went to the feds, he was recording his friends falling asleep while standing up, and
Jesus
he was
Christ.
laughing, and it's like, yeah, this is stupid. It looks stupid. You might even chuckle. But by the time this dude is 30, he probably gonna have a ball spot. And hang on people like this probably why he turned the swipe of the fox, man. Crackheads are always stealing. And man, according to Lucky, a rapper from Chicago, they got Aiden Ross out here paying $12,000 for a pint of lean, boy.
They excuse they charge me
Taxing.
for lean now.
What?
They be like, yo, I mean, Aiden Ross paying $12K, bro.
Yo, Snaggy!
Like, man, you just lucky that whoever you bought that from ain't tie you up. And
They are taxing him, innit? He's getting taxed, innit? I feel bad for him, but he's got the money to pay for it. But Jesus Christ, the dealers out there are taxing him, bro. 12 grand for a pint is crazy.
hold you for ransom. But back to these rappers. I just can't forget the time I saw a video of Yeet, a platinum selling rapper, sold out shows, Fashion Week in Paris, all that. Man, it's a video of this man splitting a perk, a single perk, with another rapper named Summers.
I love this nigga, man. I know you took my perk, but he gonna give me half, so we good.
Y'all really sat here
Splitting the perk. It's fucking split. I don't know what's worse. That one horrible Drake. Remember that Drake bar where he talks about taking half a Xan and acting like he was out. You know what I mean? Like it was fucking a crazy experience. I'm not sure what's worse, like bragging about doing half a Xan or busting down a single perk.
and recorded splitting what is almost certainly a fake perk anyway. That's crazy, bro. I know he was young on here, but damn, bro. And Kodak Black. I have
Must be fun though, innit? That must be fun though, innit? Being with the fucking
That's crazy.
with the hoes out in the club, you know? That must be fucking fun.
Easy, bro. I know he was young on here, but damn, bro. And Kodak Black. I have never seen someone that managed to spiral so hard while also getting more career opportunities. I mean, the man got sponsored by a Jewish rabbi that helped him get a presidential pardon from Donald Trump. He collabed with Kai Cenat, and this man is on stream throwing
You can't look at
presidential
that.
pardon from Donald Trump. He collabed.
You can just tell the difference between someone that's sober and someone that isn't, right? Look at the contrast in these guys' faces. Look at the eyes. Look at the expression, the teeth, the skin, the lack of sweat. It's so obvious, isn't it? Look at Jesus Christ. He was geeked, isn't it? He was so geeked during the stream. He was so geeked. We got Kodak, man. He was so geeked during the stream. Honestly, what a fucking legend.
With Kai Cenat, and this man is on stream throwing pills in the air, catching them. He's sitting in the middle of the street with his jewelry on, looking crazy, eating chicken, twisting his neck and shit. Like, what happened to this man? It's like every time he went to jail, he came out worse. It's crazy what this man is turning into, but I mean, he is the one that said he knew the perk was fake, and he still ate it. That's some crazy self-awareness to saying your own song. But I mean, at least he's not in denial, which is the first step. But damn, bro, you lucky you ain't got no ops for real, because your fans is just finding you sitting in the street eating chicken, bro.
I was born in America, so it was like, homie, I would have best, I would have everybody interest. I would have everybody interest.
And Skrilla, well, he's I mean, I've seen videos of him saving people's lives while they were under the influence, but it appears that he's a prime example of what this type of influence can do if you had it in your life since you was a kid. Pretty sad, to be honest. And while that's the case with a lot of rappers, some of y'all just trying to party and ended up strung out. You gotta stop, bro. Believe it or not, there are kids in high school that really want to experience all of these substances they keep hearing about and seeing people do on camera, and the people doing it that they follow are around the same age, and you can't expect a 22-year-old to be a good role model to a 17-year-old. But this is where I call the labels out. When you sign these guys, I understand that it's just business. If a rapper is buzzing and I'm a label, me and this rapper get into a business deal.
I'm gonna stop it there. Let's not blame the record labels, bro. Let's not stop blaming record labels. You have to be responsible yourself. They give you the money. The record labels partly give you the cash because of your rock star image and the fact that you're, willing to do whatever to kind of, get your fucking records out there. Bloody blah blah blah. You have to be responsible yourself. You have to know how to handle yourself. Get somebody maybe to help you out with your money and shit. Maybe, spread out your fucking drug taking activities throughout the year or something. But I wouldn't put the responsibility on the record labels, because then what? Then they're basically babying you. They're being your de facto parents and making sure that you do the right thing here and there. It's like, brother, take responsibility of your own life and your own career. It obviously, maybe handing somebody a $1 million check, but that's just come from the fucking projects and they're 18, isn't, it's likely to end in tears, but it is what it is. Like, I'd rather they get that opportunity to earn that kind of money and then roll the dice, isn't it? Not everyone's gonna fucking make it anyway.
Make me a lot of money. But if I'm the label, I'm putting clauses in the contract. Remember when the Pelicans put a weight clause in Zion Williamson's contract? That's because they will honestly be more successful with him in shape. So if you're a rapper, instead of going viral for 2 years and then kind of dropping off, I would rather have you on the roster for like 5 years. And even if not, I can't make money off you if you're in jail or if you can't stay awake in the studio. I need these albums right now. I just gave you enough money to buy your mama a house. I used to listen to Rio the Young OG when he first blew up, but once he went to prison, I can't lie, I kind of forgot about him. But since he got out, he's been doing this thing, and then I see this video. And if I'm Empire, which is who he has a distribution deal through, I'd at least have a meeting with him like, hey bro, you good? You going through something? We can book a therapist. I can send you to a luxury rehab retreat in another country, man, whatever you want. But you can't be falling asleep on stage. But then again, he signed to Empire, and yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about how many rappers signed to them and end up dead. But what actually scares me is looking at the CEO. No, I'm just playing. But seriously though, I know these are grown men, but that's a crazy way to do business. NBA Youngboy, he seems to be doing a lot better now, of course, but after taking the picture pretending he was passed out with a whole bottle of Xans and a cup of lean, that's crazy.
Yeah, to be fair, he was on the drugs heavy as well, isn't it? He has kind of chilled out. He seems like he's a lot more professional when it comes to being an artist. Like, I don't think he's missed a single tour date apart from the ones that the police and stuff have cancelled. He hasn't missed a single tour date. He puts on a hell of a show. Like, he runs a fucking tight, smooth operation. I think the only way you can do that is by letting go of the fucking adult vitamins, unfortunately, which also make you part of your identity. You know what I mean? It's a bit weird.
bro. Even if he was trolling back then, that's playing too much. He signed to a $60 million deal. But back when he was doing stuff like this, he might have been one of the rappers that was too powerful.
Big up, Run It Up. That's dark. Big up, Run It Up. That's fucking dark. Big up, Run It Up. That's fucking dark. If you're a street rapper, the label has a life insurance policy on you anyway. They ain't worried if you go. So true. So dark, but so true. Big up Joe for MIA. Big up AZ. You're an Angolan English legend. Big up, big up. If I've ever seen one. By the way, Messi will face Angola next month. Yeah. I saw that. We drew 0-0 against Cameroon the other day as well, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, looking forward to that game. Should be a good one. We're surprisingly a stubborn team. We're not very good, but we are surprisingly stubborn. Not hard to kind of not easy to score against for the most part. Big up 8-year-old Joy. Hello, my chicken burger's hilarious. And big up J1 as well. YB Banner.
Powerful for the label to even insist that he stopped doing whatever he was doing. He's definitely the biggest rapper in the world, and the label might have actually been scared of what would have happened if he did stop. But none of this is new. The rock stars were doing it in the 70s, and even if you never listened to rock, the way Ozzy Osbourne and all of them was doing lines and destroying hotel rooms had a big influence on music culture as a whole. They were the first musicians that did not care. They was putting makeup on their face back when all men were still wearing suits and hats with the feathers in them. But please stop, bro. I don't know if any rapper has ever seen my channel, but you watching, you could be a rapper one day, or you might be a famous internet personality. Don't do this. And I do wish the best for everybody mentioning this, but you would have a lot more fun spending your money sober.
Oh, it's Fiji. Like, take a look at it.
Jesus Christ.
It's the Fiji. It's like 1800. Tell Trump take you under his wing.
I feel like I support my cause. It's like I was born in America, so it's like homie, I would have everybody.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, big up Kodak. Big up Kodak, man. Big up fucking Kodak. Big up Kodak. Big up Kodak. Let's continue. Let's do some Unique. Actually, I want to do some Unique. I haven't had a Unique video in a while. Let's check out what Unique's been saying. Let's do a Unique. Let's do this one. I think I might have did this one, right? Chris calls him out. Did I do this one? Let's just check this one.
See you right there, Sahara with me in it? That doesn't make sense to you right there.
That should
fucking kill that shit.
That should be Casey on the right.
No, that should be Casey on the left. Yeah.
Oh my God. I guess that makes sense.
You guys are crazy.
Would your life have been different, you think, if you would have been in Sahara at the time?
Me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, at this point, it'd be the same life.
Jesus Christ.
At this point, it'd just be a fucking dad.
It would have just said, canceled movie star.
No, yeah.
No, but I like that.
No, I would. You know what, dude? I talked about this on Congratulations. I had a moment the other day, and it was. I was in the airport.
Okay, in the airport.
And I was kind of falling asleep, and I realized
great storyteller.
How happy I was in that moment, and I never felt anything like that.
Max Cope, by the way, weird Max Cope, and interesting that you only mentioned it when the question came up. You didn't mention it randomly yourself. Oh my God, guys, I had a really amazing moment where I was just in the airport. I was just really appreciative of everything I have at the moment. I think that's a Max Cope. I don't think he's appreciative. I don't think he's happy at all. I think he personally should be. If I was Crystalia, God forbid, if I was Crystalia, I'd be fairly chuffed. I'd be fairly ecstatic that I've survived what he survived. I've overcome what he's overcome, and I'm still here. I've got a good fan base who are loyal to me, don't seem to give a fuck about any allegations against me. They watch me everywhere I go. My podcast still gets good numbers. I've still got sponsors and advertisers and shit. Maybe I'm not welcome to all the comedy clubs around the country, but I can still tour internationally and shit. If I'm Crystalia, I'll be fairly pleased with myself. Like, you know what? I'm doing all right, you know, if I was Crystalia. But I don't think he is. I think similar to what we saw with Brian Callen. Do you remember Brian Callen, how he was crying and complaining about his special and how he's upset that nobody's watching it, specials aren't special anymore, that sort of nonsense. I think a lot of these guys are very... That's one thing you could definitely say about a lot of top... Maybe it goes across the board with people in general who just have money. There's a lack of appreciation for what they have. They always want more. It's never enough, which probably explains also partly why a lot of them went to the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Because although we imagine all those comedians who went to Riyadh Comedy Festival as being comedians who are probably of good financial standing and who make a decent enough money anyway that would allow them not to quote unquote sell out, they did it anyway because there's always more to be earned in their eyes. It's never enough. There's always more. There's always more level of fame, level of notoriety, level of projects. Like they always want more. So it's no surprise that Chris D'Elia is saying what he's saying. But I don't believe him. I don't believe that he's content. I don't believe that he's happy with his position now. I think he wants more. I think he hates that he has to do the fucking Gold Now all the time. He probably hates he has to podcast as much as he has to. He would much prefer it if he was on a popping Netflix show like he was beforehand. But what do I know?
That dude.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, and then I try to keep it.
Where do you think your happiness came from?
My family.
Jesus Christ, bro. Pull down your shorts a little bit. We can literally see his dick in it. Pull down your shorts a little bit, brother, man. Fucking hell. What a horrible angle. Or maybe Chin should crop it a little bit. Maybe Chin should crop it, no? Who's at fault here? People on the stream chat. Who's at fault? Is Brendan at fault for wearing shorts that short? Or should Chin maybe crop it a little bit? Like, what the fuck? We can nearly see his bussy. We can nearly see his fucking bussy there. Who's at fault? Chin for not cropping it, or Brendan for wearing shorts that short? Because God Almighty, brother, like you nearly one little nut. We can probably see a little ball bag probably pop out from the side there. It's actually a miracle nothing's popping out. Probably goes to show he's probably not packing that much, but God Almighty, mate, let's put a fucking not safe for work sign on that or something. Parental advisory label.
And my family. Just my family, how I have it all. My family and my kids, and dude, it's just so cool. Calvin cried for the first time when I had to leave for work. It was tough, but it was just like, man, it's just fucking.
For for the first time? He never did that before?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy because Wolf is doing that now.
Really?
This is like he actually knows now. Like I'm getting my bags and shit together.
What's he do?
He just runs to me and he won't let me go anywhere.
Billy's gonna be like that.
He grabs me and he's
hey,
like,
Chris, and Chris, and 5 years ago, did you?
Brendan not giving a single fuck what Eric Griffin's saying, isn't it? Eric's having a really sensitive, vulnerable moment where he's sharing something about his son and the fact that he's noticing when he's leaving the house and he's wanting to leave. Very tender, nice, emotional moment there. Chris, like fuck, he didn't give a single fuck what Eric Griffin was saying right there.
You picture yourself being happy?
No.
I don't. You know what? I don't like his big ass thigh in this shot.
I like it.
And then with that swirl and the tank top going. Chris.
I like the thigh. The hamstring is.
This is a lot. This is a lot right now.
It's inspiring. The hamstring's inspiring.
I'm a lot.
I don't like how you asked that question though. It felt like it was like a
I'm happy. Yeah,
because I went to Chris's house in the midst of it. Mm-hmm. And if I would have been able to show you happiness in an airport in fucking
so I was
Fort Wayne, Indiana, you would have called bullshit.
Brendan did a good job there, by the way. He did a fantastic job. When Chris D'Elia got cancelled, the way he just slipped in and became Chris D'Elia's new best friend, even ahead of Brian, which is fucking crazy to think of it. But I'd imagine right now if you asked Chris D'Elia, he'd probably say Brendan's a closer friend to him than Brian Callen is. And him and Brian Callen came up together, Chris D'Elia, right? But or at least they've known each other for a long time, and they had obviously a very popular podcast, 10-minute podcast that was really good with Will Sasso, and they toured and went on each other's shows a bit, even though Callen said they didn't. But Brendan was very smart in how he just slipped in and made himself Chris D'Elia's friend by force, or best friend by force. You even mentioned it here during the heights of his cancellation, he went to his house to go check on him and shit. Fucking crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, fucking crazy. He did well though, because he knew Theo was going, or Theo had left before that, so he had to make sure he had one person left. He couldn't let Theo and Chris leave him. You know what I mean? He had to make sure he had one of those two, at least one.
Yeah. But it's weird though. It's like you really do choose to be happy. Like you know, it's a fucking choice.
Big up on 10 toes. Big up on 10 toes. Your kids being a sole motivation in life sounds like such an easy cop out. Exactly. Do kids really change your life that much? I imagine the motivation runs out eventually. No, of course. That's why it's a cope. We all know it's a cope. Yes, initially the feeling of having a child, I'm assuming, and having somebody that loves you unconditionally, somebody you can fucking raise, seeing them grow, all this malarkey, the love you have for that person is unimaginable, I'm sure. But the way they try and make it seem like, oh yeah, being a parent is like, it's like, shut up, bro. It's a cope. It's probably a good cope, because at least they have that instead of turning to the drink, instead of turning to the drugs. And imagine what they'd be like if they didn't have any kids, you know? They didn't have anybody to go back home to who didn't care about what was on the Los Angeles Times, who they didn't have somebody saying daddy when they opened the door. They didn't have a wife forever. Do you know what I mean? So it's probably for the best that these guys have these people, or have, you know, family in their lives, because if not, they probably would have ended it. But let's not also act like the family makes up for not being on Netflix. Let's be real, you know what I mean? No amount of children is gonna make up the fact that Chris D'Elia isn't on You anymore. You know, let's be fair, because he could have been a reoccurring character. I know he died. I think he's dead in the show. I think he dies in the show, but still, he could have been a reoccurring role, or he could have had other roles on Netflix shows easily. So the fact that he's not on there, I don't think I don't think that computes in terms of kids. But I could be wrong.
Because
that's bullshit. Because back then it was there's certain times, bro.
No.
People tell you that, like, yo, glass half full. At least you're breathing.
No.
But
that's not what I mean. When you're going through a traumatic event, okay. But when you're you know, living life, and you've been living life, and it's status quo or whatever you want to call it. You know, it's the way you
Big up, run it up. They do change your life that much. You have to attend endless baseball games. It's hilarious.
live. You can, you know, there's people out there that are just like, fuck this, and then that same person could just be like, wow, this is great. I fucking
big up Jack Donny Jr. Slow Joe 100% threatens the children with Brendan coming home. Jesus Christ.
Eat what I want.
But Chris, you drove to work in a 911 Turbo.
Well, I took the.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot.
Yes, No, I understand,
but that's what you're saying.
But
you're
that is
saying
what
the same
I'm saying.
thing.
It is what I'm saying.
No. The thing is, I think what happens in people's head is comparison is the thief of joy. You ever heard that saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what it is.
I saw it on a Hallmark card.
Yeah, when you compare your life to something else, and you think you're not doing.
Also, Brendan telling Chris how to feel when he got rattled at the slightest bit of criticism, at the slightest bit of pushback, at the slightest bit of like hate. Like, it's fucking hilarious, isn't it? It's fucking hilarious. Brendan lecturing Chris D'Elia on what he should be appreciative of or not appreciative of, when he's never been appreciative of anything, motherfucker. He went even as far as, you know, do you remember that Ferrari time? He went as far as buying a Ferrari after he got fired from Showtime to prove to the internet that he wasn't down bad. Like, God almighty, what a bozo.
Doing it, whatever. Then you're not gonna ever be happy.
No, I know.
You have to compare. Don't compare.
Yeah, I'm
happy as fuck.
Yeah.
Really? In Texas? All right. We believe you.
I couldn't be. As far as family life and shit, couldn't be happier.
But that's the most important, and it really is, dude.
Yeah, sure. Let me do another one, because I'm bored of this one. Them talking about the family is fucking boring. Let's do another one I didn't see. Big up so fucking unique. Brendan Shaw, producer, depressed over being forced. What? Forced to do what? Do you watch this already? Being forced to what? To live in Texas. Let's see this one. Big up unique.
Great. About what? We've been talking about Chin. Can I get a little bit more me up in my headphones? Yeah, daddy. So I'm a little concerned. We talked about Chin last time. He wasn't on last week's episode because he was getting his butt camera checked. Up his butt. And he hasn't responded to any of us.
Yeah. Full ghost mode.
A week.
Yeah. What do you think that means?
He was on Shop.
Jesus Christ. Chin's going through it out there, isn't it? Do you think Chin's going through it out there in Austin because he's having this health scare? Or do you think he's going through it because he's living in Austin? I wonder. I wonder what's happening. I wonder, is he actually happy living there? But then now he's having this health scare, so it's bumming him out? Or is he hating living there? And then plus he's got the health scare that's making him extra bummed out. But you can tell he's definitely bummed out because we're not seeing any fucking vlogs. No vlogs, hardly any Instagram stories. Like, you know what I mean? Zero. Like zero. I don't think he's done a single outdoor vlog thing since he's been in Texas, really, to be fair. Jesus Christ, Chin.
I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe he hates us and he's not coming on the podcast.
I mean, he's in Austin by himself. He's been a little bit down. He's
Yeah.
told us that, so it's not any news.
It's a big move. It's a big change.
Also, maybe he's just recovering. I had that done, and I was kind of a little. Everyone's different. I was like a little bit woozy after that.
Yeah, but Mark, you're normal. Chin, well,
He's not normal.
He's not normal, so it's
Are you
hard.
saying you were thinking about killing yourself, Mark?
No. I was just.
We got a special guest. It's Chinster.
Oh, he's there. Say thumbs up.
Tony's excited. Tony's excited.
Yeah. Straight off the boat, man.
Dogs are freaking out.
Yeah.
Dogs are freaking out.
So I guess he did it on purpose to surprise his friends. He went ghost so that he can surprise them, I guess.
Heads are falling off.
Shit in here. I think that might be my shit from the other room.
Oh, that sucks. That's right.
Chinster.
What is up, guys?
How the hell
What is
are you?
up? Oh man, so many things.
In the flesh.
I was really hoping that he would walk in and then we'd be surprised because we were all concerned, not having to announce his walk in, but we didn't discuss it.
Yeah,
I mean, look, was that terrible? Yeah.
But that's
was
what
that
we
first
are.
5 minutes of that podcast nearly unlistenable? Yeah.
Sure.
Was it a lot because I was getting distracted by the dogs? Sure.
Maybe.
I think it went pretty swimmingly.
Change the fact that our guy's here.
Yes.
In the fresh.
How does it feel to be nice?
That's a joke, by the way. It's not really racist. It's just funny.
It's a riddle racist.
A riddle. Just a riddle.
I just can't help myself when I'm around you.
It's always fun that when we do that, though. I love that part of
What's the other thing I always do when you're around?
Interesting how much older he looks amongst them, isn't it? I wonder if that's the case all the time. When he's sitting around these guys, he looks way more older than when he's on the camera by himself. Or am I bugging out? I swear he looks way more older when he's sitting in the room with these guys. He looks his age basically. He looks like he's 20 years their senior, you know? Big old Chin though.
The old white dudes just having fun.
But isn't there a song I sing?
Chinster, well, you say Chinster, chicken dinster.
I say that every time you call me.
You say
It's
that
fun
a
to go
lot.
Chinster, chicken dinster. My name is Chin Rock.
That's hilarious. Never heard you say that.
I do that.
Jesus
I do that every
Christ.
morning in California.
Honestly. Big up Unique for clipping this, but the stuff that we watch, man, we have to question ourselves as well, innit? Myself included. We have to question ourselves. The fucking slop, the amount of slop that we all ingest, and I'm saying we because we're all here collectively doing this, it's brutal, isn't it? The amount of slop we get through. Like, what the fuck is this? Why does this exist? Why do I exist?
My name is
Chin Rock. And then you kind of do a little echo effect. So, Chin, what the hell brings you to town, buddy?
Oh, honestly, I just missed being in California, Orange County and LA.
So did
you guys are part of the reason, my parents, my friends. Well, you guys aren't my friends, but you know what I'm saying.
What's been the agenda? Because you fly out today, so what have you been doing? I'm sure you've been eating a lot of weird, sweaty
Eating
things.
a ton of different places. So I'll share that with you guys at some point. Maybe.
Wow, so he was still eating like shit, even though he knew he had that fucking health scare. So we shouldn't really feel bad for him, should we? We shouldn't feel bad for him. He went back to LA and he probably went to all the Korean barbecue spots. He went to all the places he probably shouldn't go. He had a lot of greasy, oily, fried food. Even though he's got all these fucking issues with his liver and his kidneys and shit. So we shouldn't really feel bad for him, really. He went back and went crazy and all that stuff that he shouldn't be doing. Probably was drinking a bunch as well, for sure. I don't think we should feel bad for Chin when it comes to his health scare. I think he's not being serious with himself, you know? Big up Jack Donny Jr. He's having a health scare for something to do. If he was able to hang with the boys, he would never have gone to the doctor. Good point, Jack Donny Jr. Very, very good point. Big up Joe from man. He has a beard, did he? Do you have a beard when you walked in? I didn't see that. Big up Koila. Chin wants to go back to Cali, so he has a so bad his hypochondria is full blown. He's getting broke. That's so true, actually. That's actually a good point. I actually thought about that as well. Oh, big up Automech. Who's we? I watch you. You watch Slop. Fair. But Koila, maybe I'm a bad person, but their friendship bothers me. What is it about them? What is it about their friendship that bothers you? I don't think I'm not bothered by their friendship. I don't bother by their friendship. I just think I just get sad when I see Chin with them. I don't mind them without Chin, but when I see Chin with them, it makes me sad because it's like, fuck, man, Chin doesn't have anyone in it. Because before these guys came about, who was he hanging around with? You know? Like, those guys are all kind of the same age. They all kind of have the same sort of interest. Their same sort of background. You know? Like, I kind of get why they're friends. Yeah, the pod actually works even without Chin with those guys anyway. But it kind of bums me out and makes me sad when I see Chin there. Because it's like, ugh. You know? Jesus. You really like these guys, isn't it? You're real boys. You don't really have any others. You know? It's like, ugh. Big up on Toad. This is like the cover bowl of slop. Even worse, we pay for random slop. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Maybe this is probably the best place to do it, but yeah, just a bunch of different new places that I haven't been to. Cool. There's a Korean barbecue place too. It's called Sukdal that I've never been to, and they specialize in pork. Mm-hmm. It's over here in Orange County. What the? And it is delicious.
Big up Koila. Oh, it's just cringe. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's very cringe. That's for sure. It's very cringe. It's very cringe. It's very, very, very cringe. But I don't know.
Over here in Orange County. We're not in Orange County.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not too far of a drive.
Closer than Austin.
Definitely. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
I have a friend named Austin. He lives over on Fairfax.
Does
so
he?
It's not closer than that, Austin.
I have a friend named Austin that lives in Chin.
Got him.
What the hell does that
Just
mean?
kidding. Scratch that. Reverse it. Willy Wonka. Pork, Chin. Tell us about pork.
I understand you've been consuming pork. Tell us about that.
It's swine. Do you ever worry about the biblical implications of eating pork?
What are the biblical implications?
I don't know. You're not supposed to eat swine.
Because they're supposed to be like dirty animals. Like they eat their own feces, right? And eat all this other junk.
Jesus Christ, Chin, bro. Don't you have all these issues and this is what you're doing with your time and your life? Like, honestly, this fucking guy, man.
It really tastes delicious, though.
Yeah, it's really just like the circle of life. They eat the slop, we eat the pig.
But that's weird. Usually when you eat an animal and they eat like crappy stuff, they taste like crap. Like fish, certain fish eat certain things that are terrible and they taste bad.
That's not always.
No, that's the fish that you get, you fucking idiot. That's your condom fish. That's your fish that you're getting out of the fucking sewage. What's he talking about? What's he talking about?
It's true though, because shrimp are bottom feeders of the ocean, right?
But what do they eat? They probably eat like, algae and shit like that. I don't know what they eat.
I just cannot believe
He just made something up. He just made something up that makes no sense.
I don't know why I talked about pork. I don't know what.
Because I just had.
Let's go back. Let's keep talking about your trip here. You got in when?
On Wednesday evening.
What'd you do Thursday?
Thursday I went straight to Thursday my brother picked me up because I borrowed his truck, that big black truck that you see outside.
When you guys see each other, do you hug?
Yeah, when we leave, we give each other hugs. But
do you say I love you to your brothers?
I do it sometimes.
I do sometimes. To be able to be like, hey, bro, the stuff you're sending sucks.
I was posting all these things on Instagram stories about all the food places I've been going to.
Yeah.
Someone just commented, bro, how did you all of a sudden become 100 years old? Or how all of a sudden you look 100 years old? And I'm like, some random dude, I don't know him, in message request, and I'm like, you're kind of right though, man.
Damn.
The stress of Texas, I think, really.
No, you look the same as you always have, bro.
Thanks.
Ouch. He's aware of how old he looks. Brendan, man, fucking. Brendan's got fucking Chin getting abused by randoms in message requests. When do you look 100 years old? Honestly, people are so mean, isn't it? Some random person just messaged him that. Honestly, the internet is so cruel, man. People on the internet are so fucking cruel. Let's continue. Let's do some other ones here. Which one should we do? We haven't done yet. Let's do a couple of these ones. Actually. These are new ones, right? These are Q&A ones. Let's do Q&As. Let's do Brendan calls me out. Should we do that one? Should we do that one? No, let's just do this one. Let's do the BGO. Let's do the BGO one. What's the BGO one title? Brendan Schaub exposes his former handler Mark Harley. Let's see this one about. Bring up BGO.
Rado Ramirez, we've had this before. What really happened with Mark? Man, I wish it was a cooler story. I met him through Chappelle Lacey. We started working out together. He didn't have any skill set. He was kind of lost, right? He's trying to be an actor. He was working with this young kid doing TikToks. And I've always been this way, better about it now. But I was like, this guy, he's 40-something.
Jesus Christ. He's such a cunt, innit? He's such a cunt. He's such a fucking cunt. He was lost. He was doing TikToks with some kid. He's 40-something. Like, he's such... Do you think he does that on purpose? He's been such a cunt. He had no skills. He was working with some TikTok kid. He was 40-something. What a cunt.
Like, this guy just needs an opportunity. I'm giving him an opportunity. So we brought him on board. And Jin can talk about this. Like, he just did, and it's not fair to him. He just didn't have the skill set, like to edit, to produce clips, to run anything. So I was just, again, I had all these employees on the salary, and then, my guys come in like, you're paying too much money on employees, dude. What's this guy do? Do you have to have him? What's he do? I go, good vibes.
I'm gonna call cap on this. I'm gonna call absolute cap on this. You know what I think happened? I think Brendan's income diminished, started to go down. His earning potential or his earnings started to decrease. Then his manager stepped in and made some cuts in order for him to make sure he keeps his same standard of living. Because I think from what we can tell anyway, from my observation, Brendan is very insecure. He's very thin-skinned, but he also wants to put out a certain image. So I don't think Brendan would ever want to be looked at like he's down bad. So if it meant Lex or whoever his manager stepped in and made some changes in order to ensure that he kept his standard of living, he would do it. But I don't think he did it because, I'm wasting so much money. He only stopped hiring all those randoms because he couldn't afford it. That's when he took inventory and decided to make some cutbacks. And obviously because him and fucking BGL fell out. I think if BGL toed the line, if BGL was able to not be so combative, if BGL didn't fall out with him, if Brendan maybe paid him correctly, if they didn't have this workplace tiff, whatever happened between them, I think BGL will still be there. If Brendan was still making the same money that he was making before, if Brian never got cancelled, if Brendan never had that argument with Bobby Lee, I think he has all of that people. I think he still has a haram of overpaid, unnecessary employees working for him. I think he would have done that still because he cares a lot about how he looks. He wanted this look a certain way, that he's got all these people on staff, that he's got this studio with all these different shows that he's doing. He wanted that image. So I think the only reason why he stopped doing it, obviously, because he couldn't afford it. But then he's trying to frame it as like, I figured out he didn't know what he was doing. You knew he didn't know what he was doing anyway. Bless BGO, right? Bless BGO. Bless that guy. Big up BGO. Love and light goes to him and Luana. Hope they're fucking doing well, whatever they are. But let's be honest and let's be real here. BGL's a bit of an open book. He's a bit easy to kind of read from the outside. You can tell BGL how useless or how good he's going to be at a job from the moment you get him. You can tell what he's going to be skilled at, what he's not going to be skilled at. I don't think BGL's the type of person where he can pull the wool over your eyes and make you believe that he can do something that he can't. And you can immediately tell where BGL's skills are and where they're not. So this thing, he didn't have any, bro, he didn't have any skills when you hired him. You hired him because of vibes. You hired him because you liked him. You liked what he looked like, essentially. Didn't he used to mention all the time? He liked what BGL's hair, how ripped and jacked he is and shit. Like, you liked what he looked like. You liked the fucking contrast it could have made. Early on when BGL joined Thick Boy, BGL was a fucking ardent, super, super, really confident, out there fucking Brendan Schaub defender. He'd always go out of his way to defend Brendan, like typing essays in the fucking Reddit, going at it with people in the fucking Instagram comments on the Fire and the Kid account that he was managing. Like, he liked that. Then when he couldn't afford it and when they fell out, he then decided, oh, all of a sudden this guy's not good, he's dumb, he doesn't do this, does not skilled. It's like, he was all those things before you hired him, my friend.
Like, no, get the fuck out of it. But I tried, man. I was good tomorrow. I tried, gave him his own show. It didn't work out, didn't go well. He'd miss it. He just wasn't very dedicated to it. Tried bringing him on the road. You know, he didn't add value. And, you know.
But that's your fault, though, isn't it? Why are you bringing him on the road if you know he's not going to... If he's not doing a good job in the studio, why would you bring him on the road thinking it's going to change? You were having Mark fucking going to buy Dr. fucking Diet Cokes for you. That's your fault. That's your poor delegation. You know what I mean? You weren't delegating well to him. You weren't giving him clear parameters what he should and shouldn't do. He mentions it clearly at the time, like, Brendan's the type of person that will be giving him like last minute edits, last minute notes and shit. That stuff is fucking super annoying. You never could do stuff on your own initiative or, you know, take hold of something and kind of see it through to the end. He'd have to kind of always poke his nose in and make it feel like he's doing something by changing stuff last minute and shit. But I don't understand the logic of, oh, somebody's performing poorly in the studio, let me take them on the road. Like, huh?
So then I just told him, like, man, I got to make a change. There's not much I can do.
That, and again, I wish he would just be honest, because I think there's some truth to what he's saying. Because we know BGL of what we've seen online about him. We've heard him speak a lot. We can read between the lines. I think there is some truth in BGL probably being a horrible employee. But I think the truth is also necessary. I got him on board in terms of vibes. He was good vibes in the beginning. And then in the end, it didn't work out because we had a falling out. Like, own it. Don't just say that it's complete. He's making it seem like it's all BGL's fault. Because from what I can understand, didn't he just stop paying BGL one time? He just stopped paying him. You can't just not pay somebody. Like, especially somebody as volatile as him. If I was Brendan, I would have paid him just to make sure that he doesn't talk shit. Just to keep him on your good side so he doesn't reveal embarrassing stuff, so we don't get the fucking addies and baddies fucking screenshots. That's all because he decided not to pay him. That's super embarrassing, bro. He exposed all the cheating stuff. Like it was a really dumb move from Brendan, to be fair. Not paying the guy that you think is shit at his job and is maybe a little bit crazy. You should have just paid him just to buy his silence, if that's even possible. And look how it fucked it up. Like, it's I don't get not just owning it and just saying, yeah, it didn't work out because we had a falling out. Instead of just make it seem like it's all his fault.
And then he went bad on me. It's a shame.
Why did he go bad on you though, Brendan? Let's be honest. Why did he go bad on you? He didn't go bad on you because you were a perfect boss. He went bad on you because you didn't pay him, no? Come on, bro.
I'm sure he'll make a video about this. But Mark said, and I don't know what it is. It's not in podcasting. It's not in my business. But Mark is a...
Why did he say, I'm sure he'll make a video about this? Brother, you slung quite a few insults at him, didn't he? You called him old, said he doesn't know anything, said he was lost, doing videos with TikTokers. Like, you said quite a lot of unnecessarily mean things to him. You could have told this story without any of those little personal jabs, without any of those little bullets. He didn't need to say all those mean things about him. He said them because obviously he doesn't like the guy and he wants to get his point across. Fair. But don't throw stones and hide your hands. If BGL decides to go on like a 10-month long ranting spree against you, you only have yourself to blame. You didn't really need to go that hard on him anyway. Just say, hey, it didn't work out because of X, Y, and Z and keep it moving. If anything, it would have maybe hit home harder. Like, you know what? I'm not saying I'm the most easiest person to work with. I'm sure Chink can agree with that. But this guy just wasn't it. He just wasn't it when it got towards the end. He did a whole bunch of stuff. And look, it's kind of I've proved myself. He's proved me right in my decision because look how he's acted since he's left. We've had a disagreement in terms of compensation or whatever that we're dealing with in the courts. And look at what he's done because of that. You know, you could easily have the moral fucking... upper hand on fucking BGL if you went around that approach, but instead you're fucking hurling insults unnecessarily, little snide things, and then you're like, oh, I bet he's gonna make a reply. So of course he's gonna make a reply. Why wouldn't he? You're being a fucking dickhead.
Smart, talented dude. It might be too late. I don't know, but hopefully he.
It might be too late. I don't know. What a fucking cock. What a piece of shit. You know what's really mad about this as well? I'd understand dunking on BGL the way he is if he's self-made. You're not self-made, bro. You would have been BGL too if not for Rogan. Brian was BGL before Brendan met him. Like, I don't know why he's like acting like he's so much above BGL. Really, I don't think he is. I think the house he has, or maybe the amount of cars he has in his garage, kind of warp his perception. But I don't know. I don't think he's as higher up the totem pole of relevancy or of clout or whatever of BGL as he thinks he is. You're not that much far from him, you know, or he's not that much far from you. I don't think it's what you think it is. But what a necessarily cruel thing to say there.
Finds his way, and his energy's not towards me. I've never done anything wrong to Mark.
You didn't. I've never done anything wrong to Mark. A bold-faced lie. Unless maybe BGL's lying about the pay thing, which I don't think he is, because aren't they in court for it now? Aren't they in like an employment tribunal for it? He even called his lawyer on the phone, everything. So that's happening. So they're definitely they're currently engaged in the lawsuit now regarding wages due, right? Wages that haven't been paid to fucking BGL that he feels like he's deserving of. So you say you haven't done anything wrong to him, but you clearly have because you're in court.
Besides, give him opportunity and then let him go because it didn't work out. That's how it goes. And most guys go, "Thank you, dude, for everything," and then hopefully go on to the next thing. But he decided to turn and create all this fake shit and hate and all this stuff. It's like, I just want to tell him, that's your problem, dude. You're wasting your energy and time. And
oh, fake shit. Oh, do you think he told Slow Joe that those messages, those DMs, Addies and Baddies DMs, do you think he told Slow Joe that they were fake? Is that his? Oh, I bet you Brendan told his wife that those DMs, those messages were not real.
To somebody else instead of focusing on a career for yourself and making a career, dude. Like, it's not gonna work out, man. Where you at on this, Jim? Yeah.
Like, she must be kind of dumb, innit? That seems to be his default fucking response every time he gets caught out cheating. It's not real. It's made it up. It's AI or whatever. I bet you he did. Because those DMs are pretty damning, innit? Him trying to organize fucking, little mini fucking thick boy freak-offs while on the road. And obviously using fucking BGL as his, like, what you call it? Addies plug. Oh, I get it. Let's see what Chin has to say about BGL.
Yeah, so let me add to this real quick. And this is not talking smack at all. This is just me being completely honest. Well, first of all, I don't think he's not smart. I do think he's smart. And I think, yeah, he's talented. When it comes to, the stuff that...
So Chin's actually giving him some credit and Brendan's nodding along. You can't nod along. You dissed him.
Powerful bunch.
You got some disease.
I wish the best for Oz. Don't have any bad feelings. Is he a jolly lil fat guy? Sure. Does he have any talent? I think you'd be surprised. Waddles, you got chin?
Big up Asada Zeus. The best backhanded compliment ever.
we're doing production-wise, I would give him help on... I would just give him some notes. But the way he would receive the notes is where the issue came in. So imagine, with all of the people that we work with, right? They'll ask me...
I'm not going to lie. BGL, this is not looking good for you, brother. I'm not going to lie, my friend BGL, this is not looking good for you. Chin was giving you notes. Chin, a guy who's barely competent in his role, right? He just looks busy. He just acts busy and shit. But he's barely competent in his own role, was giving you notes on how to, make clips. And how to title things. Really? You needed supervision to do that sort of stuff. Fucking hell.
with audio questions or
Yeah,
whatever questions.
you're the guy.
I'll let him know.
Coming to Chin.
And if something's, off or whatever, I'll let him, and just concentrate on this, this is how you fix it, whatever. I would do the same thing with Mark, and Mark would take it in like I'm attacking him or something.
Defensive. So he just wasn't a team player, and it's...
Wow. So Mark didn't know how to be a team player. Chin didn't really enjoy it. To be fair, it was pretty obvious. You could tell. You could tell whenever BGO was sitting at the back, like a day when it was just BGO and Chin, you could tell that him and Chin were not as cool as it may have seemed, You could tell they weren't, buddies, let's say, for lack of a better term. They were definitely colleagues. But the funny thing about this whole rant is this. If Brendan and BGO never fell out, I don't think there's a scenario where Chin would go up to Brendan and say, hey, I've been working with this guy, but I don't think he's any good. I don't think he's, he's up to scratch. We should let him go. I don't think Brendan would have let BGO go off of the suggestion of Chin. Brendan only let BGO go, number one, because he couldn't afford to pay him, and number two, because they had a falling out. That's a really sad thing. Like, Chin would have had to endure and put up with BGO more if Brendan and that didn't fall out with him. That's the real truth about it. Because what Chin is saying here, these are like some valid criticisms and concerns and hang-ups you'd have with somebody that you'd want to raise with your manager or the owner to tell them, hey, I'm having some issues with his personal employee. We need to maybe reassess their employment here. But Brendan's only listening to Chin now because he hates BGO, basically.
Again, I take full accountability. It's on me. It's not fair to Chin. It wasn't fair to the rest of the staff to go, hey, this guy knows nothing, but because he's my buddy, I'm trying to help him out, show him the ways. Like, it's not fair to you.
So he left the day-to-day managing of BGO to Chin. Yeah, that's a pretty scummy move, I'm not going to lie. He didn't even manage BGO. He left the day-to-day managing of BGO to Chin. Chin had probably more conversations or more work that he got done together with BGO as opposed to like the stuff that Brendan was doing BGO directly. Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up move, I'm not going to lie.
You guys, that's on me.
He was to me. I don't know what his thing was, but I thought he was like an intern. So it's just like, that's cool. I'll give him some advice on this and that. But the way
why were you confused? Why didn't Brendan tell you? I didn't know what his thing was. I thought he was an intern. Why didn't you know? Don't you guys have meetings? Isn't Chin meant to be like a partial owner? Huh? I'm confused. I'm so confused.
You handle constructive criticism should be like, oh, cool, and learn from it, not take it as like, oh, they're attacking
defensive. Me. Yeah, get defensive.
That's one of the instances, and I also remember we had a Fight Companion show, and then he was just gossiping in the back when we were recording a live show. So I think you or someone said,
So all the things we see BGL do on streams, especially when he's with the TMOS guys, right? How he's a little bit annoying, how he seems to be a little bit, let's say combative. What's the word? He seems like he's not a good hang. All the things we see about him not being a good hang is things that he was actually doing at Thick Boy that was making people not like him. Interesting. I think we're seeing some patterns here in BGO's behavior that's leading us to believe that maybe Brendan wasn't wrong letting him go. I know they fell out, but it seems like BGO was a bit of a nightmare to work with.
I just went, Mark, you gotta keep it down because they can hear you. He stormed out.
He just left and wouldn't answer our text messages or calls. Like, you can't do that in a work environment.
I need to find that clip. I need to find that Fight Companion. I wonder which one it is. I need to find that Fight Companion where BGO storms out and doesn't come back.
It's not professional.
I think like there's some mental health shit there,
What is wrong with it? Why is he like this? Why is he like this? Is he like completely not afraid of BGL? Look at all the stuff he's exposed about him already. Why would you say this? If you think the guy is unhinged, why would you give him a reason to go at you again? Why are you saying this sort of stuff, like mental health shit? So if BGL comes out and exposes him again or says something crazy, he's then going to start getting upset and stuff. Like, he's really poking the bear, innit? Or maybe he doesn't think BGL's going to do nothing. He's not scared. He knows he can just lie to Slow Joe again and she'll believe it. But this is a weird tactic to kind of deal with this situation.
I'm not going to go. I should have recognized at the time, but it's just, I have no hate or ill will towards him. It's just like, bud, you're wasting your time. It's the way.
I hate this, like, toxic ambivalence, toxic apathy, toxic forgiveness thing that he does as well. I don't even not like him. I love everybody. I just want him to be happy. It's like, shut up, bro. You hate him. Stop lying. You hate the guy. You hate the guy. If you met him or you bumped into him in the street in real life, you'd fuck him up. I don't know why he's pretending and acting like he's all like over this and, you know, this is beneath him and like, fuck off, bro. You hate that guy. He hates you, but you hate him. Brendan would definitely try and twist BGL's neck off if you ever bumped into him in person. I hate this stuff that he does where he tries to make it seem like he's the bigger man. Like, I'm the bigger, yeah. I just want everything to be good. I just want him to like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want him to lose everything.
He handles this stuff. So, and here's the last thing. I didn't tell many people, but of course, people will tell me like he made some videos about me. And one thing he said that bothered the shit out of me is like,
you watched the video?
Someone sent me the video that we know that she meant well sending me the video, but she didn't watch the whole video.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I saw the part where he's like, I've been around him. He's the dumbest, laziest producer I've ever known. Something like.
Accurate though. You're dumb, and I won't say he's lazy. He's lazy. I'd say Chin is dumb. Is it fair to call him lazy? I guess maybe it's fair to call him lazy in terms of like his lack of like production knowledge, operational. I don't know. That's the term, but his unwillingness to like improve, get better, understand things, become more proficient, you know, or just even level up the show, just from a purely selfish point of view. So yeah, I could definitely understand why someone could call him dumb and lazy for sure. The fact that he takes such offense to this is fucking insane though. It's like, brother, like, you make yourself busy, you give yourself big tasks to do so that you can feel like you're an important part of the team and make sure that Brendan doesn't fire you, which is again, it's a clever tactic, but let's not act like, you know, you are Mr. the worker hard, or you know what I mean. Let's relax a little bit there.
Like that, and I'm just thinking like, what does he's seen me work, like I'm there before he gets there. He's
like, Jin's the best. Like that doesn't, like, he needs the attention or to get eyeballs.
I hear you, but I've been cool with whenever he needed stuff. I've been on the phone with him, like, you know, if he had issues or whatever with whatever's going on, I've always been cool with him. So I'm just like, why would you do this?
So because you're cool with him, he can't say you're lazy or he can't say you're dumb. I just don't understand why they expected normal, common sense, rational behavior for someone like BGL. I just don't buy this act. Oh my god, he caught us all by surprise. It's so weird. I don't get that, brother. BGL is exactly what he says on the tin. You know exactly what you're gonna get from that guy.
You have a gun?
Big up, Purple Pidge.
Hey Marg, real quick, you narcissist, Wigski. Exactly.
I don't know. I don't buy all this nonsense, man. I don't buy this worries me nonsense they're trying to push down here. Like, come on, man. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you fucking hired the guy.
Not the way those guys like him work, you know. It's.
But yeah, BGL got absolutely ruined. Maybe it's evidence, and maybe it's like a maybe it does say a lot for where BGL is in his life, or maybe it says a lot for how dead the Bappaverse is. I don't think there's been a response from BGL, has there? I've not seen anything on the Reddit or anything, so usually they would be the first to post it. The fact that there's been no response for BGL tells me that either he's doing well for himself, or it just hasn't come across, his fucking inbox, and he hasn't really been bothered about it, because there hasn't been zero response from me. I think in another time he would have probably responded, maybe if he was more down bad, but he hasn't said a thing about this. Weirdly enough, even though Brendan gave him every excuse to go and crash out. But maybe this is the tactic, innit? If they're engaged in some sort of lawsuit, maybe this is one of the tactics. Get him to crash out so that it kind of negatively affects his case. I don't know. Either way, I think this is very ill-advised to go into this manner. I think Brendan could have said what Chin said, basically, in his way. He threw a lot of unnecessary personal jabs and insults towards B. Joe, which again is understandable considering what he exposed about him. But still, if you want to move on, if you want to draw a line underneath it, if you don't want anyone to talk about it anymore, the last thing you should be doing is antagonizing or dissing the other guy, especially when there's what the beef is about. You know why you guys fell out. You know what the deal is. There's no need to fucking lie and make it weird. But hey, here we are. Okay, cool. Big up Unique for that one. Let's go back. Let's see what else I missed out on. We did that one. Brendan Shaw blames Brian Callen for T-Fat-K podcast being what? For being dead. Did he actually say that? Or just click? This is clickbait for sure, right? He didn't actually say that, did he?
Would you like to see would love to see you capitalize on the Reddit comments? Interesting. Make merch. T-Fat-K meme apparel sounds ridiculous, but also money machine. Haters and lovers can be both positive outcomes. Example T-shirt. What do you got for us, Jen?
What do you got for us, Jen?
Why do people say this sort of stuff? Like, it's too late. Why do people say? You see some people post some stuff like this on the Reddit from time to time. Why do people keep saying this sort of stuff? It's too late. It's too late. Brendan's at where he's at, not because the Reddit destroyed him, but because he destroyed himself. He's run out of chances. There's no more do-overs. There's no turning this ship around. There's no redemption arc. It's over. And also as a person, fundamentally, I don't think he's ever gonna get it. Why are people bothering? I don't understand this need or this desire to try and get through to him. That it's like, brother, this is something that could have been done in the very beginning of the whole anti-Brendan thing on the T-Fat-K. You know what I mean? That's something that could have been embraced or ignored early on. But the moment he let it get to him, the moment he completely lacked any kind of self-awareness or took any accountability for the dumb bullshit, nonsense, douchey, horrible things that he did over the years, the worse it got. To the point where now, the fucking Reddit is like one of the most infamous Reddits in the world, and it's the one that people kind of refer to when they talk about a Reddit kind of turning against the fucking person or turning against the whatever, the people behind it or the show behind it, and obviously going out of their way to make the person's life a misery by pointing out all the horrible things that they do again and again and again. Like even now, we're in the probably low phase. We're in the probably lull when it comes to Bappaverse content or Bappaverse activities, and people are still posting stuff, still posting memes, still posting edits and stuff. People don't stop. They're hating that much. So I think all these ideas are pointless. It's over, man. It's over. It's over for him. It's over.
That's not a bad idea. I'm open to it. Muhammad Al-Aziz. Yeah.
Also, it's very concerning that he didn't think of this himself. That's an easy idea that could have taken anybody a couple of minutes of thinking to kind of knock up and get done in the beginning of making t-shirts, maybe taking a piss out some of the memes that have been posted on the Reddit or whatever, or utilizing the Reddit for as an inspiration, as the fucking idea source for fucking merch ideas. That could have been done ages ago. The fact that it didn't get done, the fact that he's only thought about it now because someone asked a question on the Q&A, says everything.
That Reddit merch is interesting.
Yeah, look into
it. Even if no one follows you more closely.
It's Chin like, yeah, look into it. I've got lots. I felt like Chin was like, yeah, don't look at me. You do it. I've got lots to do over here. Chin, yeah, look into it. Go on. Give it a go.
Being a hater. Like, my haters will bring up shit that I don't remember. Like, I remember he said this in fucking 2015. I'm like, I don't.
How is this a dunk? My haters bring up stuff I don't remember. So because you don't remember it, it doesn't exist. It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be brought up. It doesn't matter because it's from what? More than 2 years ago. More than 5 years ago. So with Brendan, when you talk about Brendan, when you're criticizing Brendan, you can only use examples of stuff he said within the last, 2 years. Only the last 2 years are valid. Everything else is just, wasn't me. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
And most fans don't, dude. So if you're following that close, it's fun to hate me, right? Became a trendy thing to hate on me, and then people just, they don't think for themselves, especially haters, so that they follow into that kind of...
This is proper lolcow response, isn't it? He sounds exactly like Wings and Boogie and DSP. People hate me because it was trendy to hate on me. Bro, the lack of... The narcissism is off the charts, isn't it? You're not that important, bro. People don't give a fuck about you in the grand scheme of things. And people hated you because you're a very easy to hate person. From the bullying, from the interruptions, from the massive ego, from the horrible takes, the fucking pure chancer of his career. Because I think there's definitely a portion of people out there too, I'd imagine, who just don't like him for the mere fact of how he made it. The fact that he got, a big battery put in his back by Rogan and Callan and shit, and kind of just, for lack of a better term, scammed his way to the quote-unquote top. I'm sure there's some people that resent that fact. So the fact that he doesn't accept that, yeah, hey, maybe some people are going to be a little bit jealous of me or hating me because, I'm the guy that turns up to work with fucking amazing home-cooked food by my fucking wife and you guys have to buy fucking slop from the fucking supermarket. You should be aware that that's why they're hating you. They're not just hating you because, oh, you have this big smile because you're just a person. No, they hate you for an actual discernible, demonstrable reason. They can tell you, they can refer to it, they can play it back, they can point stuff out. Just a strange cope. Oh yeah, they hate me because I'm just too good. Cristiano Ronaldo levels. We got Cristiano.
Algorithm of hate. But if you're following that close, you actually like me.
He's really that's demented, bro. So he thinks everybody on this Fanakin Reddit are secretly fans of him. He doesn't really even accept that there could be people that don't like him and go out of their way to make his life bad by connecting with other people that don't like him too. I guess it's a better way to cope with it in your head, isn't it? You don't want to accept the idea that there's hundreds of thousands of people whose sole intention is to make sure that I'm embarrassed and called out for all the nonsense I do. You don't want to accept that. But Jesus Christ, bro. If you talk about me, you must like me. Well, I don't think it works that way.
Yeah. Muhammad Al-Aziz. Been a fan for a long time. Happy for your success. A true Rocky story. From a brother's couch to a Ferrari's vouch.
And isn't it Enizi? It's not Enziz, isn't it Enizi? Isn't it Muhammad Al-Enizi? Muhammad Al-Enziz.
Yeah. I remember back in the day when you saw Hassan Minhaj, one-man show. Oh my God. Dude, this is old school. I remember back in the day we saw Hassan Minhaj. Damn, this is an actual fan. I remember back in the day when you saw Hassan Minhaj one-man show and how you loved it. Have you ever met Hassan? I have not. Can you finally release the name of your gay suit guy? No, I can't release that name, dude. Haven't never met Hassan.
Big up Mooney. Big up Mooney. I always hate him for those hideous boots he wore with the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight. Yeah. He probably got a good amount of haters during that whole period anyway. For the mere fact of how he was going on as if like Conor was actually going to have a chance to beat Floyd. That whole thing of him being like a proper Conor McGregor nuthugger. He was on his balls so hard that entire time. I don't even know if did Conor even do an interview with Brendan before that fight. Kind of weird, isn't it? Brendan was meant to be the Showtime guy, and I don't think Conor did a single bit of media with him. You know, and Brendan later on said, "Oh yeah, Showtime told me to like back Conor in every argument." So if that's the case, why didn't they give you a little budget? You know, to like get some stuff. So he looked, you know, the point when he kind of discussed to fucking defending them on camera and shit. I don't know, strange. Seems like it didn't really happen.
This is funny though, because remember back in the day when you saw Hassan Minaj one-man show, that inspired me to do stand-up.
Oh snap!
My agent at the time at CA.
That's an amazing North Star in it. That's an amazing fucking North Star in it. Hassan Minaj. Where the fuck's he now, by the way? Where's he gone? He disappeared off the face of the earth, innit? He had that late show for a bit, but I don't think I've heard about him in a while, Hassan Minaj. Big up Hassan Minaj, wherever you are. Hold your head up, King.
Represented him and sent me to a show, and he had graphics on the back, like current events, because remember he'd do the Daily Show, and that's what inspired Big Brown Breakdown Live. Because I went, hold on, he has back, so he can point to that and reference it. I said, I can do a one-man show, and that's how I started in stand-up. Shout out to this guy, damn, he is a fan. Ryan.
Well, why is he so surprised? Damn, he is a fan. So I guess this is how they're monetizing the haters. I guess he partly knows and accepts that most of these questions are not from fans. So weird, isn't it? Oh, he's actually a fan. Wow.
Austin says, was there any one podcast in the classic TFAT K days that went bad on Brian or both of you during COVID? Is there anyone on the podcast in the classic TFAT K days that went bad on Brian or both of you during COVID and Brian's cancellation? If so, can you name one or two on Patreon? Love the show. Glad to pay $5 for the extra apps. Love you, dude. Thanks, Ryan. I'm confused by the question. So is there any one podcaster that went bad on me or Brian?
Whatever guest that's been on the podcast, that after they were on the podcast when COVID and the cancellation happened, they started, but I mean, come on, how can you answer that?
No, I'll answer it, but I'm trying to do.
Of course
can
you
you
will.
think of any, Chin?
They didn't go bad, but they just didn't come back. You know, like I don't know about going bad.
Yeah, they don't. The way it works when it's interesting to see being on the other side of your buddy getting canceled, being half of the show we do together.
It's pretty impressive how he refuses to even acknowledge the role he played in TFAT K getting quote unquote cancelled. It's almost like this is where the clickbait comes in. It's almost like he actually does legitimately blame Brian for why TFAT K is where it's at. It's only Brian Callen's rape allegations are the reasons why the podcast doesn't get as many views, doesn't get as many guests. When really the truth is, Brendan's behavior also contributed to the downfall of this show. Because Brendan lost the one people he probably could never afford to lose, which is his friends in quote unquote stand-up, his friends in podcasting. Once he lost those guys, it was over. You know what I mean? He didn't stand a chance. So I really do find it quite, if I was Brian, I'd be finding it quite insulting how often he tries to make it seem like, you know, he's the one that's suffering or something, or I don't know. It's a strange thing, but I think he does it on purpose. Pretty sure he does it on purpose to avoid obviously any accountability and fess up to what he done, which is obviously the fucked up bit in it, right? Which is trying to fuck Kalila and all that shit, and then obviously getting into a tete-a-tete with Bobby Lee and accusing him of being behind the TFAK Reddit. All that stuff is the worst stuff possibly, in my opinion. I think that's some way worse stuff. Way worse stuff. But yeah, fucking crazy guy, bro. Like the others, he's acting like he wasn't even involved. Like he was just on the sidelines looking at what was playing. It's like, bro, you were involved. You played the direct role in that beef. Like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Brian's at the mothership every night. He's there. It's not that they don't support Brian to his face. It's that they just don't fuck with him. Like, publicly.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's cool to Brian. Everyone talks to Brian.
But then that is also bad because you played a role in people not fucking with him publicly. Surely he must accept that, right? He played a role in it.
Everyone loves Brian. But when he was going through that, and this is what made me so upset at certain people I won't name, but they just didn't really show any public support for Brian.
again, like, why would you expect people to show public support for your friend who got accused of raping somebody, bro? Raping and sexual harassment. Are you for real? If the shoe was on the other foot, that's the thing that's really funny about this whole thing. If he, like, does he really expect that if he saw somebody else in comedy getting cancelled for rape allegations and shit, that he would be proudly and vehemently standing by their side? He wouldn't. He would have tucked tail and fucking got in line and made sure he got his fucking ad revenue, his ad fucking buys paid and shit. I don't know why he's acting as if that's not the case. That's obviously the case. There's no way that guy wouldn't have done the same thing. Just a bizarre gentleman. Big up MK. This is a perfect stream to watch while eating my tater tots. Oh, lovely. Love to hear it. Big up. Hope they're delicious. Big up Asalaziz. It's almost like he's got accustomed for grape. He got accused of grape, accustomed. Sorry, I said accustomed to grape. It's hilarious. Big up Asalaziz. It's almost like he got accused for grape. Exactly. Frenchy Games. Yeah, Bappa's confused. Wait, we got cancelled. Yeah, bud. You bitch about being a shadow banned constantly. Exactly. He blamed his kid before himself. Yeah, exactly, Damas. Exactly.
I kind of understand it because they have their own shit, and they're like, man, I don't want to get dragged into that. And none of them went bad on air on them, but behind the scenes, they talked a lot of shit. They would call me and be like, you got to get out, man. This is a scarlet letter. Even if...
Really? Brendan had friends calling him, telling him to leave Callan. I don't think that's true. I don't believe that. I think he's making this stuff up. But, yeah, why are you surprised that people who worked, let's say what you want about some of these comedians, some of them might have worked 20 plus years to get in a position where they're being booked to perform at the fucking, Comedy Store regularly or whatever club it is. They're going to hold that close to their heart. They're going to cherish it. They're not going to want to waste it. They're going to want to, whatever, defending somebody they don't really know that well in entertainment who got accused of a madness. Like, you fight your own battles, bro. I don't know why he's saying what he's saying. It's just stupid.
If he's innocent, you got to get out. I'm like, what? Yeah. That's my guy. The fuck you talking about? So, yeah. So that leads to, like, when people are like, oh, man, where's...
I like how he thinks he deserves credit for standing by Bryan Callen, but he didn't really stand by him, really. He had no other choice. And he also demoted him for the show not to be... I think the law between them is that Callen is one that offered, right? That's the law. The law is when Bryan got accused of rape, Bryan was the one that suggested to Brendan that he take a step back from the pod. And Brendan's one that said to him, no, you stay and we'll try and do a pod behind the paywall. Well, that's when they did the whole T-Fat Kids thing. Then the advertiser said, if you do this show behind the paywall, we're going to cancel all your ads. You have to kick Bryan off the show. And guess what Brendan did? The guy that's the fucking defender of free speech and Bryan's best friend. As soon as the ads people say, we're not going to sponsor your show anymore if you keep fucking that guy on, immediately they took him off. Immediately they were out of the queue. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's all fucking bullshit, personally. It's all fucking bullshit.
It's also different. Like when people go, insert, where's this guest? Why don't you guys have this guest on? Some of them, it's just a different time. Like I talk to Theo once every 2 weeks, at least.
Theo double-hearting comments or double-hearting memes that you send him is not talking to him. I don't think they talk as much as he says they do. I think that's a complete lie.
Once every 2 weeks. Me and him text all the time. Love Theo.
Define text. Do you actually text or do you send each other memes via Instagram DMs?
He lives in Nashville. Theo's just fucking busy, man, with his own shit. Mm-hmm. So
Theo couldn't make even 10 minutes. Theo couldn't spare 10 minutes. Not even 5 minutes to jump on a Zoom call with you and do what you guys are doing here. And just say what's up. I don't think Theo's ever been in a room with Chris D'Elia and Eric Griffin doing that whatever show they were doing before. Oh no, he was on the fucking couch. He's cackling, of course. But yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd fucking love to see that.
Oh, I didn't even think to ask Theo. Now, Bryan's promoting his special. He's going on Rogan. He's going on Theo. He's doing all these other shows. So if Theo...
Rio? Did Bryan Callen go on Theo Vaughn's podcast? Maybe it's not out yet. But yeah, I don't know what this guy's even talking about.
When me and him are talking, he's like, oh, I'm in Austin. I'll be like, dude, jump on the pod. I even hate asking when we're right next door, but...
Lie. lie. This is him trying to run his like humble humility fucking scam. I hate asking women. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You don't become successful like that by hating to ask and being shy. You can become successful by being upfront and asking for shit. And yeah, this guy asked for shit. Let's not have it confused. This motherfucker asks. He be asking.
But then it might happen. But it's just we're all older, and it's just a different. Everyone has their own shit now. Because remember when all those guests were coming on, no one really had their own shit. We were the hub. We were the mothership.
Yeah.
And then people, boom, started their own shit. Now, like, no one really needs anybody, which is, it's kind of sad as far as like seeing your friends.
That's not true though, because everybody else has shows where all the comedy friends from that LA scene and Austin scene come on each other's shows. It seems like only Brendan, T-Fat-K, and Brian shows the only show they don't go on. If someone's doing a promo run for a special and shit, it's the only place they seem to skip. So I don't think it's necessarily true that everyone just doesn't have any time. No, it's like people don't have time for you.
And stuff like that. Like, everyone's really successful. Like, Theo's crazy. Theo doesn't need us. And it's not that he's a bad person. When Theo would come on, if he's in town, he'd be like, yeah, I'm down. But, like, hey, will you fly?
Is he in town? So Theo's never been in town. And this is also funny because they used to pay guests, in the past. Allegedly, they used to pay guests. So it's funny how he's making it seem like, oh, yeah, I'll never say want to fly down, never do this. It's too far. It's like, bro, if you wanted to have guests on, you'd get them on. You'd get them on in a jiffy. You're not getting them on because you can't get them on.
Fly in from Nashville, come on the show, fly out. No, dude. He's like me. It's like, no, I'm not doing it for, what's he gonna get more famous from this show? And Theo's just one example. Name anybody. It's just a different time. It's kind of sad.
It's very sad, and I've talked to you about this too before.
I don't think it's sad at all. I think they had a good run. I don't know. I don't get the whole like sadness around this with these guys. Like, did they expect it was going to last forever? I'm guessing they did. Obviously, that's why they're complaining. But I think the fact that they thought it would last forever is fool on them, idiocy on them to think that whole time when they were in Rogan's inner circle, where they were from all the big comedy clubs, everyone was kind of still trying to suck them off because they were so close to fucking Rogan. Like, that was probably a good time to be alive when those guys were outside, that's when they had less kids, so they probably maybe felt less guilty about cheating, all these type of things. That's probably a fun time. So I don't know. I just don't buy this whole it should be sad. It's like, brother, it's never gonna last forever, especially with their personalities as well. Not with everyone else's, like their personalities lasting forever. It's like, come on, bro, come on, man. No one's going to put up with you for that long. You know what I mean? Even if you're winning, like, it's just insufferable.
For how disappointed I was about this, because I was there from the get-go, from the beginning, when they were all like, not as known as they are now.
Yeah.
Remember I told you, like,
if that's the case, then let's use Chin's logic. I was there from the beginning when these guys weren't that known. T-Fat-K blew these guys up. Without T-Fat-K, you don't get all these big comedians that are out there, the Theos, Andrew Schultz's, imagine. Let's buy in, let's believe their fucking nonsense. If that's the case, and if that is the case, and Brendan was, or T-Fat-K in the beginning was so important for their success, they should be paying homage. They should be overly paying homage for what fucking Brendan done for them and Brian did for them with T-Fat-K earlier on. But the fact that none of those guys seem to be willing to pay homage or whatever, is probably proof that they're not in the wrong. That's probably the truth of the matter. And if anything, again, if they were better friends or if they were really as legendary as they think they would, people would make an effort to go and see them perform. People would make more of an effort. But again, what do I know?
I mean, if you're a fan of the show, you can just do the math and see the people that are constantly on and love the show, and then suddenly when this stuff happened, they just stopped being on the show.
Yeah.
And I can.
What do you mean suddenly, Chin? What do you mean suddenly? What do you mean suddenly, bro? You know exactly why they stopped coming on the show. Like, stop being an idiot. Like, suddenly,
Understand it to a certain extent because they're going this Hollywood direction, and and even though they believe in Brian, they know he didn't do shit and all that stuff. Just being somewhat connected to him, they're afraid something's going to happen to them. So it's just like
But why do you think they would believe? Is even the belief thing important anyway? It's not really. The allegation alone isn't too nuclear for most people to deal with. Most people who have like a decent sized following, who have maybe an agent or a manager that requires, that kind of depends on them performing to pay their fucking rent and shit, or just, whatever, they will tell you that. Like, I don't understand this whole idea he has in his head. It's fucking perplexing. Like, why do people the allegation is bad enough. It's not about whether you believe it or not. Just the allegation alone is dark. The lack of a retraction is dark. There's no explaining it away that would make it make sense. It's just those guys trying their best and hopefully that thingy crimes and culture moved on and shit. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. It doesn't seem like that's the case.
Like they're looking out for their careers and stuff. Yeah, it's still a bummer.
It'll break your heart.
Yeah.
And Brian struggles with it.
It shouldn't break your heart though. That's my defense. That's what I want to say with this sort of thing. It shouldn't break your heart. If you know how tricky Hollywood is to navigate, and you get accused of a madness, and your friends stop fucking with you, I think if you're a grown-ass adult, or if you're like an old man like Brian, you should be aware of what's going on. You shouldn't be surprised by what's happening. You should know, okay, cool, we get it. I'm under a bit of pressure here. I'm under a microscope. I've been accused of X, Y, and Z. I get it. I won't take it personally. The fact that they're taking all this personally is proof that, yeah, deep down inside, these guys are bad, and most likely Brian did do what he did, what he got accused of.
He thinks about it way more than people would imagine.
Yeah.
And I think
Brian walks in a room, he's like,
Jesus Christ. Why would you admit this? Brian thinks about the rape allegations or the cancellation way more than people would think he does. Wow. Why would you admit that, bro? Fucking hell, lady. Way to ruin the mood and way to fucking blow up people's spots. Like, hey. Jesus Christ.
How everyone's thinking about this. I'm like, no, dude. No one's thinking about that.
So Brian goes into every room thinking that everybody knows that he's an accused rapist. That's hilarious. I'm not going to lie. That's utterly hilarious how fucking shook and embarrassing it gets going out into public after the fucking order for attack. Like, wow. Wow. Honestly.
It changed Brian forever. It changed the show forever. It's just there's nothing you can do.
Again, blaming it all on Brian. It changed the show forever. It changed Brian forever. Not taking any accountability to say, yeah, I probably fucked up too. That, you know what I mean? Like, there were certain things you probably should have maybe put out until they're ready or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Just find it all a bit strange. Find that whole scene all a bit strange.
It's just, it is what it is, man. We're trying our best,
Yeah. I'll give you props on that because you've had his back since the whole thing. So, and
he doesn't deserve props for that. That's what regular friends should do. And also, he's got another option. Let's not do this props nonsense because everyone does this, but we also don't have, again, all these expensive luxury sports cars. But hey, let's continue.
You've even said on air, in a very, very passionate way, how much you are pissed off at these people turning their backs, and even certain clubs and all that crap.
It just changed my perspective on the whole industry. I
think that's really fucked up way of thinking, bro. Brian getting cancelled for our allegation made him question his right or stability of living in London because of what? Jesus Christ, so ridiculous. It's so utterly ridiculous what he's saying right now. It's so utterly ridiculous.
I'm just cut from a different cloth. Most of you listening are as well. Imagine your best friend, you have a business together, and this false narrative comes out on him, and then...
False narrative, false allegations, false accusation, not narrative. Wrong word to use that.
You're just going to walk away? In sports, in fighting...
He did walk away, by the way. Brian went on the break because they couldn't do this show on Patreon without any whatever, so yeah. This is... Oh, this fucking guy, man.
Even in comedy, I would never. Yeah, but you're gonna lose money. Okay. That's like literally like my very, very older brother. You know, like that's my guy, man. And then I was like, wait, we don't all work this way? I'm the outlier? And then it goes from, well,
No, you're just a dummy. You're not the outlier. You're the dummy. You're the only dummy that couldn't harm their career because they didn't have a career acting as a fucking whatever rabbit on the show. That's the problem. That's the real fucking problem, you know? She could just be like a big mummy with a fucking massive, you know, pork. She had to be some hell yeah, you know? Some hell yeah. This is so dumb, man. Honestly, it's fucking brilliant. I love to borrow his brain for a day. Nothing is ever my fault. I'm always in the right. Watch him, you know, ask what the menu is. There's only 2 things. I love it.
He's defending Brian. He's still buddies with Chris, and then I get put in that category, which I'm fine with. Fuck all y'all.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm good. Cool, man. I'll figure out my own shit. It's all good. So it became like Brian, Chris, Brendan versus everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm down for it. I'm down for it because I don't make my entire life and my entire income wasn't based off comedy. Mm-hmm. Those guys are, so it's a little different, you know. But I'm down for it. You want to fight, buddy? I was born with fucking jet fuel in my blood system. Let's fuck.
What? I was born with jet fuel in my blood system. Like what kind of analogy is that? Jet fuel in my blood system. Okay, whatever you say, babes. What? I spoke about it for no reason though, by the way. Such a funny lad. Such a funny lad.
Fucking go. Yep. You know? So it's just, that's why I don't understand it. I used to have a lot of resentment, and now it's just like, fuck them. Yeah.
I used to have a lot of resentment. I used to, you know. This guy, I used to. Hilarious, I used to. Absolutely hilarious. Him saying I used to. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. He's not reliable. I want to hear this one. What's it about? Brendan Schaub goes off on Brian Callen about not wanting to do the podcast. Let's hear this.
Podcast your favorite doing why? Personally, I love the dynamic between you and Brian. So it's T-Fat K for this guy. Favorite to do? Yeah, it's either Fire and Kid or Shop Show. I mean, I'm super passionate about my trucks and cars, right? So I love all that stuff. I love doing that. Even I don't.
Again, the 2 things that pay him the most has got the smaller space. It's really interesting, isn't it? That guy just so fucking... It's like a representation of how his brain works. Although the podcasts are the main reason why that studio even exists, he's filled up with more cars and toys than the actual podcast studios itself. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah.
I don't post a ton of it. I try. I love doing the Shop Show because it's just me. So there's no schedules, just me and Chin. I'm ranting the camera. I get whatever ideas I have in my head out, and then that's it. And it's all on me. I like that aspect of it. And, I'm not relying on Brian, who's 30 minutes late or has to cancel, or I forgot I scheduled this trip. That stuff drives me nuts. So I like relying on myself and knocking it out, you know? So Shop Show's probably my favorite.
Jesus Christ. Such an unnecessary thing to throw in there. The question wasn't really that good anyway, don't get me wrong. But such an unnecessary little bullet to throw towards Brian, isn't it? Sure, should I do it by myself because I rely on myself, and if it's famous, that. So I'm sure he's probably got reasons to be pissed off at Brian Callen, because if what he said is true, it's true. Because if what Brendan said about Brian is true, like even at this point in their fucking careers, at this stage in their lives, Brian still coming to the studio 30 minutes late, cancelling last minute, taking fucking last minute fucking trips on a cruise that you forget to tell Brendan about, disturbing the flow of the show. then that obviously paints Brian out in a bad way. But you should know who you're dealing with by now, bro. Do you know what I mean? And maybe work elsewhere or whatever else. I don't know if that's even possible. But yeah, it's just strange. Strange little bullets. They're unnecessary.
But yeah, that's only once a week. If I was doing it all the time, who knows? Ethan says, hey, Brandon, longtime listener from Joe Money. Hey, Brandon, longtime fan here. Do you still talk to the Are You Garbage boys? I love them. Kevin and Foley. Should get them on the pod or go back on theirs, even send Brian over. Brian should definitely do that podcast, promote his special. I love those guys. They, you know, I was with them before they got big. They're two amazing, just good dudes. We go back and forth on Instagram here and there, but not a ton. I see him. He likes a lot of my stuff. I like, obviously, all his stuff, but I love those guys.
Oh, brutal. He was quite early, to be fair, on Are You Garbage. He was quite early on that show. I think he was clout chasing here in the beginning, but still fucking brutal, isn't it? And they've had a couple of guests on twice, 3 times, but I don't think Brendan's ever been back. Brian has never been on there because he can't contribute anything to the show. He has no garbage. The most garbage story he has to say is that he had to eat a jam sandwich one day or something. Do you know what I mean? Brian grew up in the laps of luxury. He's got nothing to share on that show. That'll be worthwhile, or maybe that would actually be good. Maybe him going on there talking about his like rich kid upbringing might actually be a decent twist on what they do. You know, but yeah, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta fucking hurt. Getting ghosted by those ladies, but it's gotta hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that's gotta fucking hurt.
Vince, you ever gonna do another series like T-Fat K3D? I bought that shit and loved it. Madame Lao was my favorite episode. I understand that was a long time ago, and I'm sure the time constraints, Brian being inconsistent, love him to death, me too, are huge factors, but is it even on the table, or can I finally put it to rest? My mind is never coming back. Don't honey dick me, give it to me straight. You gonna wet my beak or nah? Much love from Arizona.
True fan.
You gonna wet my beak? Vince,
Chin, true fan. Shut up, man. He's only doing this because he's down bad, bro. When he was making all the money, when he was on top of the world, flying all around the country, flying all around the world, he didn't give a fuck what the fans had to say. He didn't give a fuck about the questions. He didn't give a fuck. Now he has to listen to the fans because they're the only ones paying his fucking salary. They're the only ones keeping a roof over his head, allowing him to buy fucking cool, fun things that he likes to do, like trucks and cars and shit. Like, make no mistake, this guy doesn't care about his fans. Like, he's only doing this now because he has to. Like, let's chill out. True fans. Fucking Chin.
I don't know, man. It'd be hard to replicate T-Fat K 3D like we did, especially here in Austin. And then just with all the moving parts and, you know, with Brian's unreliability, it'd be tough to map that out.
Don't know, I'm not gonna lie. I do feel bad for him in that respect. Working with Brian day to day must be exhausting. As much as Brendan's a nightmare, working with Brian, who's like 60, but then moves like a teenager, like in terms of how he, like, just all over the place, isn't it? The kind of person who probably, quote unquote, loses their phone at least once in the day, you know, because they're just always all over the place. It's gotta be fucking exhausting. It's gotta be fucking exhausting living with someone like that day to day, or trying to get something done with that person day to day. God almighty.
Just being honest with you.
I gotta be straight up real too. Like, even, you know, when you're a fan of something, you're gonna most likely just like stuff that, you know, whatever you're a fan of does. That, when I first saw that, I'm like, this is something that anyone would fucking love. It's just like, it was so damn good.
So original.
It was so funny, shot really well. Everything, dude. It was so damn good.
They don't have the money for that anymore. They don't have the access to people that could shoot stuff like that for them. That it wasn't even that good, to be fair, but it was produced quote unquote well. I don't think Chin produced it. I think that was produced by somebody else. I forgot who. But I'm pretty sure Chin didn't touch anything of it, which is probably the reason why it looked the way it did. But they don't have the money to afford anyone to do that for them, and they probably don't even have the access. Do you know what I mean? Probably. You would imagine how much hate they get. But yeah, that was kind of decent when it was decent. And then of course it wasn't when it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, something, hopefully.
Okay, dead air. That's been dead air there.
See, but I hear you about the whole Brian thing. We love Brian, but yeah.
We love Brian, but it's like, since we got to Texas, he's even less.
It's insane.
Dedicated.
It's a little much.
He's just dealing with a lot, and I don't think he knows where to put his energy. You know?
Really? Oh yeah, because Brian hasn't done a single one yet, has he? Because Unique keeps uploading all of these, isn't it? Unique is ripping all these from the Patreon. So we've already seen 2 different Q&As that Brendan's done, but Brian hasn't done one. Holy shit. So the stuff on the Reddit about Brian not turning up, about Brian looking like he's looking for an exit, it's true, isn't it? He's literally not turning up to some shows and being super unreliable, even though they both live in the same state, you know? It's such a bizarre thing that's happening right now. So what's he doing instead? Hanging out with his dad? What is he doing? He's just not going into work. He's just not turning up. It's like, Jesus Christ, Chin. I mean, Jesus Christ, Brian, man. You're too old for this.
Mike S. says, you had mentioned back when the little kiddos had some health things, they just started praying to God even though you aren't much of a religious person. I'm so glad your kids are healthy, but have you ever thought about going to church since then? Yeah, I did. Because, when shit hits the fan, like with Tiger and seizures, my baby girl and her health things, I'd pray like a motherfucker.
Those seizures, bro. That grip of the seizures with the fucking CBD. Fucking... Someone should do a documentary on that. Somebody should go to that Kenya archives and do a documentary about that. That seizures era was disgusting, bro.
Fucker. Whenever I think I'm in like the straight like desperation mode or so scared, the first thing I do is pray. So there's something to it, and that makes me religious in some aspect.
Christian, good.
Problem with going to church now, it's trendy now, right? If I start going to church, the fucking narrative online be like, oh, Rogan goes to church, now you're going to church, you know? And Brian's going to church. And then with the
So he's not going to church because he's afraid of what people on the internet might say about him bandwagoning yet another thing that Rogan and Brian are doing. Why would that matter now? You've been doing it your entire career. Like, why would it matter now towards the end that people think you don't do anything by yourself and you like, what? Such a weird thing to like lie about, to bring out in the public. Like, well, why would it matter now? Man? What do I know? Absolutely nada. Okay, cool. You know what? I think I might leave it there for now. Before I double check though, I want to quickly check out their Instagrams, see what I might have missed. But I'm gonna leave it there for now. Oh look, there's 4 rows on here too. That's how new display, isn't it? Have you guys seen this, by the way? On the Instagram desktop app, it now has 4 columns instead of the 3. It's now 4 for some reason. Don't know why, but that's on the update. Let me check. What's happening here? Nothing. Got something. What's happening there? Nothing. Okay, that's them. That's them going to the trip, right? Look at Brendan. Why does he always look so sad or so angry or so weird when he's with his wife? Why does he look like that? I wonder, why does he always have this weird... He always pulls a weird expression. It's never the same amount of joy that he has when he's on the Golden Hour, when he's on T5K, when he's doing a Shorb show. He always looks like he's been dragged with her. He's been dragged to keep her company by force. It doesn't look like he wants to be with her, you know? Married man with his phone down screen as well. Little touch, but this is funny, isn't it? Hey? Married man with 4 kids with his phone screen down, huh? Interesting. New Orleans bound paranormal edition. So I guess they're going on some sort of spooky tour. Oh yeah, he mentioned before, isn't it? They're going on some sort of spooky tour thing for Halloween. Of course, the moment we board, he's out. Nice little recording. Actually, I want to go back and see that. Actually, see his face and pause that. One moment. Big up Wild Fan. He's sick of her shit. It's hilarious. I see what you did there. Double entendre there. Is he pretending to sleep? Is that a fake sleeping? What's happening there? Adonis. Look at the Adonis. I mean, the plan, what's that? The plan was to stay in a haunted hotel with a paranormal activity. I mean, okay, of course, continue. However, I did not know exactly what was signing up for. Hotel Provincial ranked top 5 most haunted hotels. Great, I guess. Also came with Brian, who is skeptical about everything, but I want to change his mind. This hotel used to be a hospital where many children died of five. How do you fucking pronounce that word? Apologies, I'm having a Baffa brain moment there. But hey, what can you go wrong, right? Okay, what else happened here? Turns out it's an absolutely terrifying to stay here. Cool. That's them in New Orleans. Brendan's showing off some stuff, some car stuff, some advertisement stuff, I guess. So let's go on her Instagram. What does she post? Did she post anything? What does she post on there? Cool, that's not on there. Let's walk on hers. Anything on the feed? Nope, stupid shit. Let's go on her page and see what she posted. Raya, Joanna, there she is. Pick up Koila. She writes posts like a high school freshman. Yeah, she's not. Yeah, I don't know. Writing isn't her forte. Let's just say that writing is not her forte. So there's a sexy wizard thing she had going on there, right? Outfit the other day we saw. Sexy wizard thing, cool. And then what was the other sexy outfit? Pumpkin patch. Oh, with the kids too, by the way. Lovely. Let's go on the Instagram stories.
Cheers, like Billy says, cheers. Last coffee in New Orleans. Cheers, like Billy says, cheers.
He always looks like he's somewhere else, doesn't it? He doesn't look like he wants to. His mind is always elsewhere when he's with her. It's so funny. Little things. It doesn't really. I don't know. Maybe the grand scheme.
Last coffee.
But it looks like he doesn't really like. He looks like he's not aware that she's even like. I don't know. Look at his face. Hello, darkness, my old friend. They're definitely not best friends. You know, people say that thing on Instagram or people do on social media all the time. I married my best friend. So I don't think these people are best friends. I don't think if they were dating they'd be friends. I don't think they were married they would be friends. Let's be real about that. Let's be real.
That's a big deal.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Are they watching this in their garden or in their area somewhere? That's a sick setup, boy.
That's a big deal.
That is sick. I like that. That's fucking sick. That's really cool. Whoever's got that backyard thing, that's fucking amazing. But that's that. Let's see what Chin's been up to. Chin, nothing. No posts, no stories, no nothing from Chin. Oh, there's one post. Oh, that's Brian. We saw it already. No new post from Chin. 0. How about Brian Callen? What's he been posting? Is he posting his special? Is Brian Callen posting his special? Of course not. Brian Callen's crying about his views, right? Brian Callen's crying about. Oh, he finally crossed 1 million followers. Okay, that must be recent. But Brian was crying about his views, but he's not even promoting his special on his Instagram. No stories, no clips, nothing. Just that show. He loves performing. He loves talking about that show, innit? This writer show thing. He seems like he's more invested in this show than his special. You know? He seems like Brian loves this show way more than he loves his special. So that show gets a lot of promotion, but not his actual special. Interesting. Let's click it.
Challenge. I'm going to fill my mouth with water, and each team gets 10 seconds to make me laugh.
For water. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live taping of Brian Callen's stand-up special.
What's up, everybody? Fucking gosh. UFC fighting giraffes. Wow.
That was good.
I couldn't tell it was Brian.
You're such a piece of shit. The spit take challenge.
That was actually mildly humorous. Actually, he definitely got all the notes when it comes to Brian's comedy. The giraffe, UFC, the physicality, all of it, quote unquote physicality. What the fuck's he doing? Is he went to Terran Tactical?
That was it.
I don't care about that.
You know what happens when you mix your toxins with his toxins? You know what you get? A lot of cum. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's an unholy sex. You ever been in a relationship where you're like, I can't sustain this shit. It's too much. You know who knows that? The dogs. You know that, like, you ever have sex where the animals in the house start to freak out? You know that's bad, right? You're going at it and the dog is howling and pissing in a circle. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's like, what the fuck is happening? You guys fighting? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right? But the cat always knows. The cat is like, this is unnatural. I'll see you in 3 days. You know what happens when you mix your toxins with his toxins? You know what?
Jesus Christ, just go work for daddy somewhere, man. Honestly, like, surely he can make a decent living writing for people too, instead of still trying to be the guy and trying to become a star, trying to blow up or something. Surely you could just make a decent living just writing for people, no? I don't get this need to constantly be in the limelight. He's had I wouldn't say such a good run, but he's been out here for so long. Like, when is enough? Like, fucking, I don't know. And then to, like, especially nowadays, I feel like nowadays you have to do so much more to get people's attention. So it does require a lot of effort and energy that probably a lot of people wouldn't have. And I don't know. Brendan's not in the comments. Brendan in the comments, like, even this next, all this stuff is important. Brendan's, I don't know.
I got my soon-to-be 3-year-old, my little Cody, and he's a little ginger. I know. It's weird to be a white guy. I have to raise a minority in my own home, right? That's what's crazy. Gingers, if you're a guy, good luck getting laid, right? It's gonna be a hard life. Women, if you're a ginger, that's hot, but I don't think ginger dudes get laid in Scotland. And that's where they're from. You ever heard a Scottish woman say, I want a man who's tall, pale, and orange? When I saw you coming over that hill, Angus, for the first time, I thought you were a torch. I thought the sun was rising early. You burn my bush. So dumb. Said no.
He's gonna be here all day. He's gonna be here all week. He's gonna be here all day. He's gonna be here all week. Jesus Christ. Oh, anyways, and then last person is Sanaz, right? Let's see what Sanaz is saying. Last person is Sainaz. What's Sainaz been up to? Anything new? Anything new? No, we've seen all these posts in it. I think is this a new post? Another insane experience with filming. Okay, so she was in a show. She did some like hot thing. I don't know what this is meant to be. It's some hot thing, you know. Jesus Christ. God damn. God damn. God damn, say nice. Okay, that's the band, right? Ice 9 Kills. That's a band, isn't it, right? Ice 9 Kills. I think that's a band that she's friends with or she's a part of or something. I think she does something for them in the background or something. I remember she posted about them a lot. I think that's a band or something, I think. What's in the stories? Metal stuff as per usual. More metal stuff.
Your office will always be vibes. Oh yeah, be vibes everywhere. Music, you'd probably have a couple cool signs, picture of the kids and wife.
Oh yeah.
That's deep.
Good old Durst, man.
Wholesome.
Fred?
Wholesome. Fred again?
Hopefully somebody in the Q&A, people, if you're watching, I'm not a fan of gay ops, but if you're watching and you're a part of the T-Fat-K Patreon, whoever's watching this particular stream right now and hear the sound of my voice, if you're a part of the T-Fat-K Patreon and you get a chance to ask another question during another round of Q&As, please somebody ask about Sanaz. Please somebody ask about Sanaz. Like, does Brendan miss her? Has he spoken to her? Would she be back and do a one-off show? Please somebody ask a question about Sanaz. I want to see how he reacts. Please somebody ask a question about Sanaz.
I need the sun. Still surrendered. Hey, yeah.
I can juggle really good with two. Oh, the roll.
Just, it's like mono. When you think about someone who dances good, you think about me. Oh. Yeah.
Cool, this is gonna tell that sound. I want to hear it. It's gonna do it, whatever. Cool. That's what Sanaz is doing. Not that many updates really for everybody, but everyone's alive, everyone's healthy. That's the main thing. Everyone's alive, everyone's healthy. That's the main thing. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Appreciate you for joining me. Smash the like, hit subscribe. Don't be lame. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, hopefully. I'm gonna go to a dentist in the morning. Hopefully that goes well and I get my antibiotics and I'm ready to roll. I will be back here. I want to do the fight. I want to do a fight companion actually with you guys. So that should be quite fun. But yeah, bless everybody. Thank you for chilling with me. Make sure before you leave, you smash the like button down below. Please do me a favor and smash the like button down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are subscribed. Turn your notifications so you know when I'm going to be streaming. Like I said, tomorrow when I come back from the dentist, if I'm feeling well, I will get my stream up and running so we can do a little fight companion thing for the UFC fight card. That should be a good one to kind of do one for. You get me? But big up the stream chat. Big up everybody here tuning in. I appreciate you. Smash the like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Pray for me and the dentist. Pray for me and the dentist. I get my antibiotics and I'm ready to go. But for now, I appreciate you. Take care. Be well, people. Peace.